CBS News.
It's Saturday, baby.
So, welcome back to Saturday Night Sellswords.
Very anticlimactic.
Yeah. This week we continue The Sword of Air. Episode 26. Howling Fortress 2.
Electric Boogaloo?
We're gonna do it this time.
This time
It's gonna happen.
with less paladin.
Or we're gonna do it.
We have a paladin.
We got one, yeah.
Technically, no, he didn't join the group because he was like, I'm not joining the group until you
We were
did
fixed.
that.
We did all that. We did, yeah.
You dealt with me. We're good.
So, from what I recall, the group is attempting a combination of guerrilla tactics, siege, blitzkrieg, air.
Yes.
Okay, so,
We're doing World War II on this stuff.
alright. To summarize, several days of taunting and baiting the gnolls. What we're going to do is roll percentals. Everybody roll percentals and tell me what you get.
Before we do that,
No.
What do you mean
Wait, why are we
taunting the Knolls?
we're there. There's no.
We're poking and prodding.
We're there now. Like, so there's no
We've
preparing.
been railroaded.
Oof.
No jokes.
There's no prepare at all.
99.
You can prepare your spells and stuff.
Dylan,
That's what I was. Oh, I was gonna say. So we've left the town already.
is this
what I'm
something you
saying.
can win at?
Yes.
99.
Okay.
94.
I got the winning number.
I mean,
94, 69, 99. Jamie?
13. 60.
60.
Let me roll a 1 for Sierra.
it's 99 if it's upside down.
66.
Yeah.
96.
96.
Oh, for Sierra?
Yeah.
It's opposite.
41.
Yeah.
I didn't roll a 1 like her.
Do I roll for the paladin as well?
Oh, wait, hold on. Asher.
Yeah, what's the point of the paladin?
5.
Yeah, what?
Asher doesn't get his own roll.
I'm telling her you said that.
Be my guest. 94.
We have one perfect score.
69.
Nice.
But yeah, I was hoping just to fly in and actually blitzkrieg them.
Yeah, that
I was hoping to enlarge person me and the cleric
Oh, no,
and
no,
run the
six.
ballista without having to take time off in between actions.
Yep.
Basically, your turn shoot, your turn shoot, my turn reload, my turn reload.
Okay, so,
Okay.
now who's feeling lucky?
Alright.
I am.
Hold on. Who's feeling lucky?
I am.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a d12.
Did that off.
He was ready for the D6. You're like, D12.
High or low?
Yes?
Who's feeling lucky? Do you want me to roll high? Should I be rolling high or should it be low for my best interest?
Low.
4.
Alright, over the course of 4 days, you're able to kill 55 gnolls from the fortress.
Out of 300?
Out
Not
of
a bad number.
A minimum of 300, yeah.
So that's from their ballista? And
That's a
their
No.
catapult?
6.
That is from, if you remember, there's a forest near the mountain range.
Uh-huh.
And when you initially came in, there was that fight with the two-headed giant
Troll.
slash
It was a
old
troll.
troll. Yeah, the dire troll.
Yeah. Oh, you're
That
saying
for-
they lured trolls or gnolls out into the forest?
You, the group, have lured patrols of gnolls from the forest.
No
out.
patrol.
Okay,
Yeah, no
so
I got
I
you.
like
I'm following.
performance check real loud just to get their attention. And like, oh,
So they
look,
have-
it's a band of wandering minstrels, and then they attack and we eat them.
Yes.
Effectively, yeah. So they
With that.
have patrols that regularly come down from the fortress and examine what's going on. You guys have started ambushing the trolls, or the gnolls, and the patrols, and have been doing your guerrilla warfare-esque.
Ambushing them on the trail.
Ambushing them, letting a few of them go so that they bring more next time. Alright, and over the course of 4 days,
They're branded though, right?
yeah, whichever ones you want to brand, you can brand. Over the course of 4 days,
We've
you
killed
killed 55.
55.
That's not a bad number.
Okay.
Just take those numbers. Yeah, take those scouts.
Do any of the casters have a flight capability?
This guy.
I mean, are you willing to
You have a
fly
glide
up during these days to scout the fortress?
Yeah.
At least from the sky?
Mm-hmm.
It'll take him like
turn
20
invisible.
turns, but yes.
Because if we get at least an idea of how many
Oh, a scary mist also works.
would be
on
good.
these
At
guys.
least
We could turn you into a
300.
cloud. We could turn you into a cloud.
Also true.
Yeah. Because I have that.
Okay,
we-
so
If we sent Gal scouting, could we get a more accurate number?
yes,
Or closer?
sure.
Cool. Because my thing is a one-time use plan, so once that happens, it's
Okay, so Gauss, is anybody going with you, or are you going by yourself?
By myself.
Okay, are you using your base fly speed of 5, or are you casting fly on yourself?
I couldn't cast fly myself if I wanted. I have base fly speed of 5.
so.
Alright. So you're kind of like a really slow, fat-moving mosquito.
Bat.
Yeah.
Give him a big bat. Give him a big bat.
And even though you're stealthy, you're still yelling, "Come on!"
Actually, he could
I
cast
guess-
haste on you to speed you up.
It's only gonna last a number of rounds. I will allow Issa to wild shape into an avian creature. Maybe
Issa,
maybe
if you have a
better.
problem.
Could I then use reduce person with a spyglass and help with that then?
What?
Use reduce person, go with her flying creature.
How long does reduced person last?
Very short.
That's a fantastic.
I think it's minutes per minute. Or no, it's either minutes or hours.
Screw you, that was good change. What was left? Very short.
It lasts minutes per level.
Minutes per level. So at your level, it would only last 5 minutes, unless you prep
Six.
multiple. 6 minutes.
I could prep multiple, and because these are during those days for reconnaissance. So.
Okay.
And I could also do invisibility if that would, but then she can't be invisible. So, well, she'd just be a bird at that point.
Yeah, she'd just be bird.
You could cast invisibility on her. She's
No,
staring at
you
you.
cannot.
Mine only work on me unless I take a certain discovery.
Okay. Well, yeah. I could cast invisibility for a whole 6 minutes.
There we go.
For now.
So,
Can the casters see themselves?
Yes.
I can cast fist.
reconnaissance then from flight team.
Okay, so we'll come back to that in a second.
Cool.
Well, actually, I have that feat that makes things last longer, extend spell, so it's 12 minutes.
How many spell
Sure,
slots does that take
sure.
up? Because you could use
one
a-
higher.
One higher. Do you have access to 4th level spells?
Absolutely.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Well, it's invisibility is a 2nd level spell, so I have access to 3rd level spells. Is what
that,
you mean?
That are yeah, okay, yeah, that are extended. Yeah, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down now. So, a couple of things. Yeah, if you want to go that route, that'll be fine. In that case, Issa, Van, and Gals will conduct a scouting operation. So, Tom, please roll on behalf of Issa, and the other two, please roll percentals.
I'm rolling
Percentals.
percentals
Yeah,
for
this,
Issa.
Good
this
things
will
are
be
high.
this will be the result. Yeah, good things are high.
Good things are high. 69.
90.
24.
53.
Better than
That's
last.
higher. That's
Yep.
the top 50%.
90, 53,
24.
24.
Nice.
Hike!
Jamie, if you could pull out your calculator and average those three numbers.
Unless you
Add
want
them all
to be,
together.
Average
40.
them.
Average them.
No, it's in the 50s.
unless
Add them
you
all
want to be a
together,
plus
divide by
that
4.
that
Three.
Masterworks
Three.
spyglass.
There's
I
94,
thought you had
53, and
four
what?
numbers, my bad.
24?
24.
90, 53, 24.
Because it's much richer and better for what we're about to do.
I bet the result is about 300.
5, 10, 20.
Yeah. About 320.
Like 85-ish.
400.
85-ish.
1,000. Yeah. it's 1,000.
What was the result?
85.5, so like 85-ish.
No.
That's not
no.
possible.
No, it ain't.
90, 53, 24.
Divide by 3.
Oh, divide by 3.
Yeah, he's still.
175, divide that by 3. 57.
57.
And you
I
kept
like the
saying,
other number better,
"You're
personally.
Asian."
Wasn't gonna say it.
Okay,
He
so
said he's on a math agent.
Oh, fair enough.
I just multiplied it by half. I did half
He's a
percent.
food Asian, I forgot.
okay, so a couple of things.
Uh-huh.
The fortress, from what you can tell, is on high alert. They have like some kind of heightened activity, knowing that many patrols have gone missing. So they are preparing for a siege at this point.
Makes sense.
They're reinforcing the walls. They have brought in several hundred, like buckets of water and all that kind of stuff to prep for fire.
Catapults, yeah,
But
makes
not
sense.
Yep. They've taken the bulk of the non-combatants and taken them down the pit.
Damn non-coms.
Okay.
Over the course of those 4 days, you do not see the wyvern.
Nice.
So during their well, it makes sense. Nothing's actually attacked the fortress.
Yeah.
But we never see them fly out even at night. Nothing. We never see-
Correct.
Gotcha.
You do see them perform a sacrifice where there are some humanoids brought before the pit, and there is some kind of ceremony conducted, and the wyvern comes to the mouth of the pit, feasts, and then retreats back down beneath the fortress. But you do not see it actually come out and take flight.
Very traditional. Beautiful culture. Love it. Gotta appreciate it. Cobalt.
Okay.
And we've only seen gnolls
I would not say
Effectively,
something about
yes.
besides the human
habits,
sacrifices and the wyvern.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the current year. You have to.
Okay, that eliminates one concern I had way back. I was afraid of giants seeding up.
but For now, we just have gnolls. Really special gnoll.
How do we draw them all out from inside?
Undon all our armor, drop all of our weapons, puts our hands up,
Is
and
there-
say, "Take us."
Is there a hiding spot that I can get to down in the fortress on that first level that I can hide behind and then blast lightning bolts at people?
Yeah, the room.
Yeah.
My
You
power.
find a few.
Alright, just checking. Just getting prepared.
Okay.
Yeah, we should still have the top that we can see into still looks like the main picture, right?
Correct.
So there's no other additional structures. It still just seems to be.
Correct.
And how many gnolls at any given time during this high alert do we see, doing their patrols in the fortress, switching up positions? How many active gnolls do we kind of estimate here at a time? Because I know they're going to keep some resting for.
Your estimated head count will be about 200.
Okay.
Knolls?
Yeah, in the fortress. And this is after the 4 days of guerrilla warfare.
So there was originally 250.
Do they ever line up in a straight line, military style?
In lines, yeah.
In lines?
In
No.
formation?
They're
Formation.
they're chaotic.
So no.
Checking.
So am I.
And we'll just stand at the water hole.
Okay. Most likely, most of them are going to be active during the day because most creatures attack during the day in these situations.
You guys do know that they are predominantly nocturnal.
Okay, so if I used extend spell on lightning bolt, could it last multiple rounds so I can kind of just sweep it at people?
No,
Sure.
because extend only applies to spells that have a duration longer than instantaneous, and lightning bolt has a duration of instantaneous.
Because that'd be cool.
It'd be pretty cool though.
Yeah, you can widen it, you can empower it, you can maximize
You can
it.
make a fan of lightning.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that thing that makes
Widen
it into a cone.
Or shape.
Yeah, change
If only
shape.
we could do
with
that
a
with
shape
cold.
spell. But yeah, you could also, with not having to sacrifice spell levels, you could take the meta magic feat that allows you to substitute elemental types at time of preparation. So you can, instead of having a cone of cold, you can have a cone of lightning or a cone of fire.
Cone of acid.
Cone of acid.
It's a +1.
Oh, it's +1.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
There is there's a prestige class called Archmage, and one of the discoveries that you can have an Archmage is as a swift action. You can do that.
Nice. Okay.
And I think if any, just to keep in mind,
Very
for prestige levels, you guys are starting to get to the point where you could start taking some of those if you wanted to, because you should meet the skill prerequisites, level prerequisites, spell prerequisites, etc.
Heard that.
So of the active gnolls, do they all seem to be equipped for archery and melee combat, or there's
Yes.
some that are specializing?
Nope, most of them have a standard quality longbow
Mm-hmm.
and some kind of melee weapon, either a club, scimitar, spear, javelins.
In the past 4 days that when we've been killing them, have we noticed, how fast do they go on an average of how many hits do they take?
They're fairly weak. They are quarter hit die monster, so you guys don't even get XP from them anymore.
We haven't had any elites coming out.
Do you see? Yeah. Do you see any casters?
I was just
There
South
are
of
some
us.
casters, and even the casters are only 1-hit die. Most of the matriarchs are effectively level 1 druids, with their animal companion being a hyena.
Okay, cleric, hear me out. It took 300 bows and arrows to take down the paladin. You could rush them now. They can't kill you, remember? It took 300 to drop before.
Cast blur on yourself.
Of the
Good.
casters
I
that we
could
did
actually
glimpse
cast-
at, is that how, like, what's kind of the ratio per number? Is it like
1 per 10.
1 per 10?
Yeah.
Still
Entropic
powerful.
shield.
Okay.
They
What's
look
that
to be like, as you guys spend your days
makes sense.
examining them, they look to be like family groups, immediate family groups that belong to the clan. So there will be a patriarch and a matriarch that lead them, and then their immediate children that are of fighting age go out and patrol.
Okay.
And their numbers of pack size would vary between 8 and 15 on average.
Have they refortified the gatehouse?
Yes,
So it's a proper gatehouse now.
it is a proper gatehouse.
Bruce, what are you doing? Get out of
He's
there.
like, I'm messing with the cameras.
They built it for us.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, pop quiz. Who remembers the contingency / rules in place should you take up the merchant's bounty?
I know
Yeah,
the Wyvern's
I do.
head was 45,000 gold. With the merchant, it was they claimed the rights to it, but I think there were some benefits that come with it. I forget.
Correct.
Yeah, they want to get the keep. If we
Once
clear it out,
again,
it gives us
our
much money.
lore keeper is not here.
Yeah. The lore keeper is sick.
So basically, we can get paid quite a bit for it, but we give up rights to the property.
Yeah.
I don't think.
What do I need a wyvern head for?
We got to first conquer it before we can take that decision.
That's fine.
Either way.
Now, to kind of coincide with this, I would like for everyone to roll 1 of 3 skill checks. You can do dungeoneering, history, or religion.
Oh.
If you do not have any of those 3 skills, I will allow you to make an unspecified assist roll. So if you, in this case, I'm going to assume you don't have one of the 3. Yeah. You can just,
Barbarian.
as long as you can hit a 10 based off of just a raw d20 plus your intelligence modifier, you can assist one person of your choosing.
That was high, bud.
I can't.
Okay.
So wait, religion, history, or what?
Dungeoneering.
Engineering?
I got
Oh well, it's
history.
gonna be religion.
Okay, so we'll start with on this side and work our way around. So Grandier,
My granddad is going to roll. Shit.
who said you could put the beard back on?
Yeah, it's a Chinese food boy.
I will not.
I'll come
forget.
over there and shave you
It's
your
almost
set myself.
All right, what'd you get on your religion?
9.
I'll roll to assist.
Roll 1.
I haven't been praying as
Do you
much.
have history or dungeoneering?
No, that's why I'm rolling to
See.
assist.
Okay.
See,
Yeah, you
you
got
should
it.
get away from Tyr and join my good friend
Damn.
Balby.
I mean, that's all you need to assist, so 11.
Excuse me. Can I roll to assist
The
him?
power of Teal compels
I'm
us.
trained.
You don't want dungeoneering or history?
Yeah.
Oh no, I have history.
Well, then you
Take
should
it,
do that.
history.
Okay, then
Here
roll
you
your own
pass.
history.
I did.
What'd you get?
34.
Okay.
Oh, good.
I'm telling you, give up Tyr and
Good.
join me in the religion of Balby.
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 He's the chaotic neutral god of barbarians. And his typical worshippers, the way they show praise is they curse him.
Yeah.
They curse him, talk shit about him, and insult him among the battlefield.
And then they destroy the weapons. Of
And they destroy the
individuals.
weapons of those
The
that they
defeated.
conquer
Yeah.
and defeat. And one of their main builds, they'll do like a disarming build and a sundering build.
Oh.
So they'll disarm their foe, break their weapon in front of them, and then throw it back at them and be
I
like,
just
"What
do
you
the
gonna do now?"
insulting, and then
Rather
I
than
sell
choosing
the weapons.
violence, they choose disrespect.
I see.
Nice.
They like to spit on your porch.
Yeah.
And they usually take one what's the word?
What are you
Level
doing?
in bard, so they can do the,
Am I you?
the
I'm a
harmful
middleman.
word
That's
spell.
all I am.
Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
They're
I don't do all that nonsense. I just curse him and then beat
all right. So
So
you have a
you viciously
34
mock
history.
them.
What?
Would you
Might
like
look
to
at
assist
what?
with 34?
34. Shit.
Yeah.
That's 15.
You assist.
With Bruce wanted to assist too. Hold on. Bruce, go ahead. Bruce has a 17.
Okay.
He's rolling for Asher.
I don't have any of the skills, and I rolled a 1, so I have 6. So
All right.
I'm more sitting there going
can't-
over. I'm going over my design of what's about to happen, make sure everything's tied down correctly, everything's
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah, you can't critically fail a skill challenge, so the one.
Yeah, so it's
It's
6.
just a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a 5.
It's a 9.
Oh,
With my intelligence modifier being a +1.
So it's a 10.
so it's 10. You can assist somebody.
I assist my.
You want to assist the 34?
Yeah, I'm gonna assist
Okay.
the 34.
So with 3 assists, that brings your 34 up to a 40.
Okay.
Could have said 300.
All right. So with the religion, you guys get nothing because shitty rolls. However, with the
That's usually
history,
how it works.
you spend some time in Apothalassos, going over the history of the fortress. They have kind of like a collection of archives and dealings with the fortress from back when it was Muirgard and operated by the Paladins during the reign of the Hyperboreans.
Okay.
In this respect, you uncover a few things. There was an evil entity that the Paladins could not entirely destroy, and its name is Sharamabi.
Could you spell that?
Shara and then Mabe.
SHARU.
Shara.
Sure.
Somebody's been reading.
Sharamabi.
I.
That's a
Sharamabi.
Sharamabi.
Sharon Boo Boo.
Phonetically.
Close enough. All we need to do is know how to say it.
Yeah, he's the architect of
What details do we
Rappanathic.
know
Yep.
of this entity or entity?
Natu, Tharata, Nickel.
All right. I apologize. It's Shiramabi. So SHIRIMABI. All one word.
Yeah, mostly.
Sharamabi.
Love that movie.
All right. Yes. So he is known as the architect of Rappanathic. Some things that you uncover is that Shiramabi, although did not directly build the necropolis known as Rappanathic, he did directly influence and oversee its construction. So he kind of coordinated the event.
He
So
was
he's
the
the
civil
general
engineer.
manager.
For those of you, yeah, he was the operations manager. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Rappanathic is known as the birthplace of Orcus, who is the, demon lord of undeath. He's kind of a big deal.
Isn't he the one who helped Vecna get rid of a hand and an eye? Or is that the other way around? Is Vecna the one that made Orcus get immortal?
In this setting, I don't know.
Neither.
Yeah, neither. In this setting, he's a CR 35. And
Oh, let's do it.
he's effectively a 20th level wizard and a 20th level cleric, and does
Somehow
bad
20 and
things to
20
you.
equals 35.
Not a 20th level wizard, 20th level barbarian.
No.
Oh.
Math gets weird when you get epic levels.
Yep.
20 plus 20 equals 35. Welcome to Epic Levels.
Effectively, yeah. Anyway,
Anywho.
he is undead. You do know that the form he took was that of a wraith or a specter. They don't really know which.
So he's not a big old fat guy with wings in this one?
No, I'm talking about Shiramabi.
Oh,
Not-
I thought you were talking about Orcus.
No, I apologize.
This
Back
is the
to, back
other
to Shiramabi.
Shiramabi.
The form that Shiramabi took was that of either a wraith or a specter. They don't really know.
Spooky ghost.
Okay.
And they could not totally destroy him.
But we can.
And so they imprisoned him deep beneath the Howling Fortress of Muirgard. Both of those creatures, wraiths and specters, are powerless in the sunlight. And so they constructed a series of what would effectively be crystallized pylons to refractor and reflect the light coming from down an opening in the ground to the tomb.
Meridian
I do have two questions.
Answers.
One, would he, from his history knowledge, know if Muirgard has anything to do with the god Muir? M-U-I-R, I assume?
Yes, it is. Muirgard was named after Muir, the goddess of virtue and paladins. She oversaw the order of paladins that constructed the fortress.
On the second, could we make this situation easier by constructing additional pylons?
You could, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody remember that.
Yeah. You can have 10 XP for that.
So
I'll
the
take that 10
whole we need
The sun on our
Daylight.
backs.
On our backs.
is real daylight.
It's real daylight.
So
Not
we need
spell
to
daylight.
construct
Not
additional
dispel
pylons.
daylight. You do know this with knowledge history. The paladins attempted to use the sunburst spell to destroy Shiramabi, and it failed. You also know that...
Doesn't mean it won't hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it won't hurt. It just means it doesn't destroy him. You also know that when they constructed the crystal pylons to bring the light down to the tomb, they would attempt to use direct sunlight to interrogate Shiramabi, and although it heavily weakened him, it did not render him powerless. You have another question?
The sword we have, does that not have something to do with sunlight?
Nothing.
It is
It might.
dedicated to the god Ra.
May I
the god of-
actually,
It's not
Okay.
we
You're
do
good.
know there is a condition set on the sword. Is there any way to actually investigate the condition itself?
If you spend 1,000 gold coins, I will tell you what the condition is.
I will
Effect-
spend 500 of that 1,000 to assist you.
Effectively, what will happen is you will bring the sword to an artificer here in Apothalassos, and they will analyze it to tell you
Yeah,
what the
there's
conditions
a
are.
spell called like Identify. It's like a level 1 spell, give you like a plus 20.
Now we
to
try to identify. We have to have someone who can do it better.
Right, no, I know. I just need somebody who can do that with the spell Identify, like a broker of some kind.
But it's
Yeah.
still
Wait,
a
can
level
I
1
do it?
spell.
I have identified.
Yeah,
Can
And
I
now
do
he's
it?
level 6.
yeah.
I give you.
Well,
Wait. Let's explore this.
But
Yeah,
do
yeah.
not
Yeah.
hand it to him.
As I was like, oh yeah, I can do it. And me and you lock eyes. I'm like,
No!
wait.
To identify, you need to
minute.
touch the item. To identify, you have to touch the item.
Right. We've already done
Here,
this.
I'll hold it for
Hold
him,
it
and I'll
back.
help assist him with this.
Hold on.
We're not open-
I've never actually held the sword or ever looked.
No,
I've
no.
never looked at the sword.
he's here.
We-
It could set it up.
Yes.
None of you know
I feel
that,
like
though.
I was going like,
I'm
oh,
pretty
that's
sure
a
we
great
all know
idea,
that.
Alec.
No, none
And
of
then
you know
everyone
that.
grabbed me and said, no!
Remember
And I'm
when
like,
you
oh,
were
right.
crazy, threatening to murder us and everything?
I was crazy.
You know there was a
Literally, I was
crazy
crazy.
Remember
personality.
the time?
You know there was a crazy personality.
Contact-
Look, let
a
me
goddess?
see the sword.
What?
Let me see
You
the
remember
sword.
the time you contacted a goddess in an inn?
Remember the time you
Okay.
contacted
Reindeer.
Tyr?
You contact Tyr all the time.
This is
Tyr
going
Tyr
back
isn't
on-
evil.
Time out! You're not there. Shut the fuck up.
I am
you're
omnipotent!
Shut up! This is not your talk.
Omnipresent.
Grenadier, may I hold the sword?
It's not silver, he's probably safe.
I'm not
a light
undead!
bro.
It's definitely safe.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
honestly,
to the
May I
non-reptilian
have a
type,
sword?
everyone that's all the
Sword.
same.
Like, what does it say?
I take the blade,
about
Okay, you're
and
holding
I give
the
him a
blade.
quick back slap, see what happens.
Wait,
No.
Not an edge,
What?
just a flat
No,
edge.
no!
Roll a hit.
You
Just a
don't.
quick tap, not even a damage, just
Can
a...
I-
Roll to hit.
I cast shield right before
Roll
he hits me.
to hit.
No.
Can I take an action, please?
Can I say what I said? Can I do what I
Wait,
said?
he's
No,
surprised. Can
you're-
I get advantage
You're
on this?
surprised and flat-footed. Yeah, he's flat-footed.
Can I get advantage?
He's just gonna
That's
start
what
no
getting,
such thing in
flat-footed
this
is.
game. 12.
he's just gonna start getting your ass with it. It's fine.
Alec, I don't have enough.
What's your AC?
12.
Higher.
Did you crit?
No, I rolled an 18, but
Okay.
it's still, it's like when you said 13, I'm like...
But you're not
"Oh,
proficient with the Kopesh, so that's at a -5 penalty. So that's still a 13, and yeah, and then you add your bonuses. So yeah, so it's north of 12.
Yeah. Strength bonus alone.
So he,
Alright, make a
he
reflex
gives you a
save.
real rough.
I want to
try.
see what happens, dude. I'm a scientist.
Thanks, bud. 8 plus 5
What? Non-lethal damage.
is 13.
Nope, you've just ruined it.
All right.
You've just ruined
Did
it.
you set off the
Here's
contingency?
the thing.
Yes.
If you're going to...
Yeah.
And he's shit.
It does affect evil things.
Well, you know what?
I'm sorry, but
He
God
did say
damn
he
it.
was going to find out what it
You're an
does.
I did not.
Not like that, like
You
that.
looked at me. You gave me the full. Like, I thought you were pissed off. I'm like, oh,
I mean, I'm upset if I die.
All right. You take 31 untyped spell
you
damage
are fine.
as what can only be described as the searing heat of 1,000 suns detonates upon your person when the blade makes contact.
Oh my
What is this like visually, if I may ask?
Effectively, when he's like, all right, yeah, let me hold it, and then just hits him with it real quick, as soon as the sharp edge of the Khopesh makes
Flat
contact
edge.
with the skin, you see what initially begins as a spark explode outwards in some kind of burst of suns.
Oh,
Like-
come on!
Like a sunburst.
And
of
that was the
sorts.
contingency?
That was the
now I gotta
contingency.
be the true dick. What happens to him when he sees this?
Oh,
He's temporarily blinded.
oh God, why?
Yeah, you're like,
Well,
That's
So
that's
what
an
was the
amazing
contingency,
ability.
though?
When the blade attacks an evil creature.
Which we already
Does that mean it's a
knew.
continuing? It can do it over and over again, or is
You
it
don't
done
know.
now as a gun?
You
I already
don't
knew he
know.
was evil. But yes.
We already
Yeah.
knew the contingency.
Here's the thing.
You didn't know the contingency.
We
No, no, no,
assumed
we
that
knew-
we assumed the
told
You
us
guys
that
didn't
when you
know
did
he was
something
evil.
contingency-
You still don't know he's
You
evil,
still don't know I'm
technically.
evil. We still don't know what the contingency
No,
is. All we know is that you hit me and I got
Now,
hurt.
No, we do need to clarify. At the temple, I
Yes.
did state
Very
that
specifically.
when the sword is used against evil,
Something
kind of
will
spell
I
effect.
did not remember that. I do remember.
But now,
I do
but now
apologize. I
we
did not
know
that
what
was gonna
exactly
happen.
happened.
On a completely unrelated note,
You know, Mike?
Grendier. What was the attack and damage on the Khopesh? Just completely unrelated.
All right, hold on. I need everybody else to make a reflex save because you're all technically within 80 feet of this as it's happening. Even no, not you. You're the wielder.
So
What's
it
the
affects
DC
all creatures?
What's the DC for that?
Wow.
Yeah, 2d6.
2d6. Thank you.
You said reflex?
And it's not a plus
Reflex.
anything?
Yeah.
DC.
And by the way, I was playing.
The
against
DC is
you
gonna be
because you had the
24.
highest chance of actually
Oh
doing
man,
something,
even
so-
I didn't pass.
24.
Are you kidding, dude? Next feat, I'm gonna take exotic weapon
I think I would
proficiency
just
and
fail by
attach
one. Let me
Khopesh to it.
see.
Gotcha.
What'd you roll?
Hey, if you can
No,
use
yeah,
it,
because
like
I don't have anything else in
go
effect
ahead.
unless.
It just hit him.
Yeah, we're gonna heal that.
Yeah, if this was still,
heal
if this was
all
after
that.
a reconnaissance,
And
I'm
give
no
us an
longer
extra.
reduced.
I want to do
Yeah,
something, but I
failed by
don't
one,
want to
yeah,
look
23.
like an asshole,
Okay.
like a piece
Do
of
it.
like a Jane. No, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't
No.
want to look like
You do
what
it,
happened
bro.
last week
Once
because
again.
after you would hit me with that, I would attack you back.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I
Give me a
would.
fresh
I would.
one.
After he would hit me, I would. What the fuck? And fucking attack him back. I
Go
don't know
for
what
it.
with
you don't know
though.
if you're
Are you
still alive
conscious?
Yo, yeah, I'm
He
still
is-
alive.
No,
I'm conscious.
31. He has 38. He's
I'm
good.
still
Oh,
alive.
hold on. You still have to make,
I
you
just
have to
don't
make a
know what I
reflex
would
save?
attack with though.
He already made his.
Oh, okay.
But he takes 10d6. Everybody who's not evil takes 5.
Okay.
So if you fail,
I would
Wow.
just shocking grasp
Dude, you just took 10d6 and only got 31 damage.
It's a 50
I'll take
that's
it.
you
Yeah,
said
That's
slightly above average.
100.
And you said
Yeah.
the DC was 24, right?
24, yeah.
Okay.
So if you failed the DC, everybody
You
takes
attack,
19.
17. Do I
damage.
hit your AC?
No.
You already did
Close.
yours.
All right. Well, then there you
How
go.
old
I
is
don't
this
even
thing?
hit you.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, that's your touch.
Oh, touch probably
Yeah.
hits. Touch is just without armor bonus, right?
Yes.
Roll for
So
the paladin.
10, 11, 12, 13,
Oh,
14,
paladin?
16, 17. Yeah.
Is
no,
he here or
hits.
is he not?
Hold on. Give me that damage.
No, at the moment we kind of like we're not keeping
too,
him
buddy.
on certain
You know
days.
that.
Such
Do
a
you
good
have his character sheet in
storytelling.
front of
Yeah,
you?
no,
I'm pissy
You
about
got
it, but
a
it's
whole
so good
story.
storytelling.
It's like he
about it.
slapped
would
you with
be
his
Now I
power.
need to
Did he
know
travel
why I'm
with
evil.
us
Because I don't even know
to
why.
do the siege.
Is there a plus
Yeah, you know,
to
he
attack
failed too.
on the Khopesh?
Okay.
They both failed.
Is
So-
it a plus
right?
weapon
Yeah.
or just a magic
Yeah.
weapon?
If you failed, you take
Okay.
19 untyped spell damage.
I don't remember.
24
It's
electric
good,
damage.
Kane.
All right, 24
It's a
electric.
good, keen Khopesh.
Oh,
But there's
plus.
no.
What the fuck is your problem? Why are you stabbing me?
I didn't stab you. I just give you a light tap. It was a.
Don't do it again! Don't do it again! What the fuck?
Wait, don't do what again? This?
Don't really do it though. He doesn't do it that time.
No.
Or
No,
doesn't do
does
it that
no.
time.
No, but
Okay.
you do see me stroking the Khopesh in such a way that parting it out of my dead hands might be the only way to get it.
Hand it to me.
Oh, blade first.
Yeah. Hand it to me.
No.
I want to hit him again. I want to find out whether the sword is grained now.
Wait, do you speak
What's
German?
Why
that?
me? Why don't you
What's
hit
that?
somebody else?
Oh my god.
Hit someone else. See if
The
it does it to
Khopesh.
somebody else.
It's sentient. It's saying no. It's saying something about dirty scale bastard.
Why are you hitting me? Hit somebody else. See if it does it to
Wait a
somebody
minute,
else.
I just realized something. Never mind all of that. Why is it pointing at me?
Yeah.
I don't speak
Generating
Dragonborn.
I'm gonna take a healing extract right now. Does
Okay,
that hurt?
let's go ahead and enter exploration initiative because
I don't need to.
I would like to, at very begin with, just heal.
Yeah, do you mind?
okay.
Well, I don't
So
heal him up real quick.
Yeah. is it
all right,
2d6?
you guys heal.
Exploration.
Are you spending the 1,000 gold to have the sword properly identified?
Yes.
I'll
Yeah.
cast identify on
It's
it
a
now.
waste now, but yeah, go ahead.
Do you
Cast
have to touch
identify.
it?
You have to wield it.
Go on, give it a grab.
Regardless of what the spell says,
Alright.
like I've been doing that since first edition.
Grandy, are you channeling healing anyone, or are you just?
Yeah, I'm looking. I think it's 2d6, but I want to make sure I didn't go.
I know what it does. It heals.
It will kill.
I mean, it is.
Wait a minute.
You watch
Did you
Fortune
say the
Fire?
Kopesh was keen?
Yeah.
So does that mean the 18 could have crit?
No, it goes from 20 to 19.
Okay, so the
Never
Kopesh
mind.
doesn't have
I
a high
can't
crit
use
proc.
identify on it. It does not allow you to identify artifacts.
It's not an artifact.
Not an artifact.
That's just a
Yeah,
weapon.
do it.
Go on.
Then
Give it a grab.
Detect. I don't have to grab it. Detect magic. It's just detect magic. It gives me an extra plus 10 on something.
Yeah, for the spellcraft identification.
Yeah, and I can just sit here and I can focus on it. First round, presence or absence of magical auras. Second round, number of difficult magical auras and the power of the most potent aura. Third round, strength and location of each aura. More and more and more. And aura strength and all of that. And lingering auras and all of that.
Dylan, I'm willing to accept that it didn't happen, but you should know that the Kopesh has a crit of 1920 to start.
Alright, so it goes from 18 to 20 then with Keen.
I rolled an 18.
I know you did.
Yeah,
Look, we're gonna forget that.
But that was a tap, not a slash.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
Okay. So,
So we just gave the Kopesh that was handed to our sweet dwarven friend here to the guy who stabbed a baker.
Let us think of this tactically.
What's
You're-
this weed?
You're not getting the sword back.
Not ever.
Alright.
But I'll trade it for a certain breathy
Grandier,
sword.
did you actually heal us?
Yes, for 13.
13. Thank you, Grandier. You are.
You can have
okay.
it.
So in this case, regardless of what Identify says, I've been running it this way as a DM since first edition. When you cast Identify, you have to interact with the item.
Yeah.
Cool. I can just
Yeah,
sit there
yeah,
and I
yeah.
can use my magic auras and I'll sit there and meditate and focus.
I'm
on it.
willing
Use
to argue that he
magic
just
to know what it
did.
is. You don't have to
Alright.
hold it and be like, yeah.
Alright, roll your spellcraft.
Well, DM says you do.
I'll try it.
But he just did.
Natural 20. So
Okay. It has
36.
contingency to cast the spell Sunburst, which is normally beyond the scope of contingency per the spell. And it happens once per week.
So we gotta wait a week.
Son of a bitch.
I'll tell them that. Basically, after he slapped me silly, I know what it does.
Yeah.
And it has
Basically,
an
over
80
the
foot
course of
burst.
7 days, it builds up a charge by absorbing the sun's rays.
Yeah.
If you're underground for an extended period of time at DM's discretion, the length of time to recharge will increase. Basically, you have to spend several hours a day basking the sun in sunlight in order to build the charge.
It's a vampire slayer. It's basically what it is. It's a vampire slayer.
Let us bask our
or-
sun with sunlight.
Or a Wraith or Spectre Slayer.
Well, that's good because we need.
Or a
extra
wig.
days.
Cool, so it has nothing to do with what we need. Can we sell it before we go to the fucking
No.
fortress?
Well, no,
We,
it was
we
just
can
talking
have a
about-
couple extra days to tunnel our secondary entry and/or escape point while we're waiting for the sunburst to recharge.
we were just
We
talking
can at
about-
least sell it later then.
We can see. Yeah. Of course.
That's going to have to be on the. Well, currently Ricardo now is the wielder of the weapon.
Unfortunately.
I feel like it's nowhere safer than with Ricardo, honestly.
Oh yes.
We'll
Well,
find somewhere.
Grander feels if anyone can keep it safe, it's
Personally,
that guy.
I'm all for
a little hurtful.
using
but
our
okay.
own abilities to fight things, but I understand an
I don't think he's
artifact
ever
like that would
giving it
be.
up.
It's
He's
not
not
an
evil.
artifact.
Yeah,
Well,
well, we
good.
think it is.
Van is using the term anymore with local sense, not a
Well.
actual like this is a relic from a demigod.
It is
Yeah.
must.
For
yeah.
It's
once
powerful.
a week, we no longer need detect evil.
Ricardo, how well can you actually wield that weapon? You look a
At
little
a
bit
-2 instead of a -5.
obtuse with that. Well, it will definitely be helpful against the Wyvern and the Wraith Spectre.
Well, I mean,
Whatever.
if you guys want to give me a week in town to train and practice, maybe somebody might let me retrain a feat into using
already-
the exotic Kopesh.
He's already said you have to go to Liptos to learn that.
You have to find a teacher.
Nobody.
So,
Well, now I have a plan, but I can wield it. Well, alright, does anybody here have a strength over 18?
No.
Yes.
DM, out of the
Luck check.
couple of days we took 6 days to get to the fortress. We've been pestering them. What day did this actually happen?
We'll say it'll be before you leave.
25.
'cause you guys were after we did the guerrilla tactics.
Enough
I
time
did
for it
the-
to recharge before we get there?
Sure.
Okay.
We left it out in the sun the entire time.
Just
Okay.
blank.
Then it goes
So then we're at the city?
You're just rubbing it with suntan
Are we
lotion?
actually at the city or are we at
You're-
the force?
You're in the. I'll let you guys be in the city for another 20 minutes. You can wrap up
We
your
don't want it to be.
discussions, preparations, and etc.
Yeah.
All
And then
right.
we're going to jump back forward to.
Okay, if that's the case, we have 6 days of travel. Alec, you can scribe scrolls, right?
Yeah.
If we can group some money together, we could have a couple of haste scrolls, maybe some fireballs for a
And I can
siege ready
pass
to
them
go.
out to people who can use those kind of things, and you guys can have extra ammunition, extra things to do too.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Before that way, you don't have to use up all of your
And-
own stuff.
And as for the Kapesh, if after the fortress is done, we want to sell it, we can.
Look
if
at
we
him.
don't, we don't have to.
Look at him.
How do you who, bro? It's a LinkedIn nice guy. I know.
So yes, do we want to have a few extra resources ready for the fight in 6 days? Because he could scribe them within 6 days, I assume.
As long as they're less than $1,000, I can do $1,000 a day. So if it's less than that, I can do more than one a day.
I do not have the money for that because
I have no need.
You don't want haste
Can't believe
That's
you
the last
was
ditch
that
effort.
stupid as to hand me the
or an
gold dish.
invisibility.
Well, I actually was thinking about it, and it would be the best
You?
option. Honestly.
There's only two creatures here that can effectively wield the Kopesh. Me
I
and
have those
Asher.
for third level spells, and that would cost.
Very
Can you
true.
try that?
Fetch.
Well,
First level spells will cost me 50. Second level spells will cost me
You turn like Sith.
95, I think it was.
6,
Can-
4,
I,
maybe 6
Can
more
Asher
haste,
actually
12,
build
16.
3 was 350.
In his jaws, yeah.
If Sierra says he can,
And I won't
Yeah,
charge you
yeah,
extra, so if
yeah,
you want a
yeah.
specific spell, I will write it, I'll make it for you.
Can you make a
This time.
greater invisibility scroll?
Doesn't have access to that spell yet.
Oh, well then the answer
We're
to
gonna
that.
sell that sword when we're done with this.
so what level does it have to be?
I think it's too dangerous.
1, 2 to the right.
agreed.
It's not being sold.
There's something we need to do here.
No,
After
it's
this
totally
session.
being sold.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, 100%.
We could just vote it.
Someone having a spiritual weapon would be a pretty good idea.
So, things that would help. I have an invisibility sphere. I'm gonna use it. Haste, slow, fireball, wind wall to stop like hordes of arrows
anybody
flying
take
at
Wonder
the
Wall?
things like that.
Okay, well, we'll need one Dispel Magic prepped. So, scroll to Dispel Magic. That would be useful.
Yep,
Yeah.
so 1 350.
I'm unstoppable.
Do you guys want a wind wall for the
No.
trebuchet and the ballista?
Protection would be a good one because of the what happened last time.
Kopesh is mine.
Like protection from like evil.
As Dylan would put it. I'm
Protection
sorry,
from
but the
chaos,
Kopesh
evil,
is mine
good
now.
luck. Because last time you hit the dragon
From
down,
Brooklyn.
the only way to actually get
Ricardo's
snap you out
from
of it for like
Brooklyn.
5 minutes was for.
I have one scroll of protection from evil, and I'm going to I'm gonna use that. No, it's detect evil. My bad.
Bruce, we have
I have
Alright.
protect evil, so.
get down.
Alright, hold
I
on.
don't need a Brucey lap. Aye.
Steve, I only want
What's my nose? Hey, that's
one
my
spell,
nose.
and I will text it to you.
Ooh, he's going to keep.
Bruce, they gave me the Kopesh.
If I have it, I can make it
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna kill people.
Oh,
for
fuck,
free.
I was just saying.
Thing.
Hold on.
No,
You still have to spend the money.
it's up to
Yeah,
the-
that's fine. I can spend the money.
You spend.
What level spell is it?
Third.
Third? Okay, 350.
Just
Do this one.
I gotta have the spell written in my book.
how much does it cost to get the spell in your book?
The same price as it is for him to describe it. You can just buy it here.
Yeah, just buy the scroll.
The thing is, he does it as a 50% discount if
Yeah.
he's scribing it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, if you're gonna buy the scroll here, you're gonna have to pay like I think it's
Full price plus 30%.
Yeah.
why would I want to pay money to make you learn spells? But yeah.
Remember, as a sorcerer, you can't add spells to your repertoire.
Oh, I know, but I just wanted the scroll because it's a
Yeah.
useful spell.
Oh, never mind. It's half of 375, so it's only
What's that magic?
135?
180.
168.
That's 180 something. After 365.
187 and a half.
5.
187 and a half.
187, yeah.
187 and a
Alright,
half.
That
well,
magic
anyway,
Kopesh.
I'll buy,
We'll get the best price for you.
I'll buy the scroll. That way you can learn it, and then you're gonna make me a scroll.
I don't have the money to
Yeah.
make the scroll though.
Yes, I know. I'm paying for it.
So it's okay. So all.
So you're gonna buy the scroll at price plus 30%.
Yeah.
Give it to him. Hope he doesn't fail the check, and then have him scribe you a new one.
Yes. That
Way
way.
to move, Cotton.
Grandeur.
All right. Here's the first check.
Alright.
See if
What
I.
Hold on,
spell
before we
is it?
do that,
Get the
I don't
best
know.
price and
Shrink item.
Hold on.
Livnos.
What level spell is it?
You weren't? Alright, now I don't
I
need it.
thought he asked what it
Now I
was.
don't need it. Okay, never mind.
Why don't you need it?
We're good. Because
Did-
then it won't be handy if you know what the spell is.
That's not how that works at
That is
all.
exactly how that works.
That's not how that works at all.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I thought he asked what spell was it, not what level it was.
No, what level is it? You can still do
Third.
it. Yeah, so it's a DC 18 spellcraft.
You still want it?
How much is
Not
it?
anymore.
562.
How much do you have?
It's plenty.
You can still do it. You just can't do like this. That's the thing is like if you're like, all right, we need to pick this lock. I'm gonna take this boulder. I'm gonna cast shrink item on it so that it turns into a key, and then I'm gonna use it to open the door. Like that type of bullshit doesn't work.
No, you use shrink item, you stick it in the keyhole and wait for the spell to wear off.
Yeah.
Then it destroys the lock.
Yeah.
And subsequently,
Everyone
the door,
knows that, Dylan.
and the door frame, and the wall.
No, that's what I was thinking.
That's how it works. I like how I just proved Dylan's point. It's not how that spell works. I don't know how any of this works. Only an idiot would think that would work. I know, it works this way.
Yeah.
Yup. Exhibit A.
So if we were to
1,
say-
2, 3, 4, 5. Huh? It's a combination of my luggage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were playing hide and go seek, trying to find the motherfucker who thought I thought I was talking to.
If we were to shrink an item, like say like a 15-ton boulder, you know, the size of like a rock, right?
It's not how that works.
Okay,
You're
ju-
reducing one size
Steve,
category.
the
you-
magic
well
sword
that's lame
has
as fuck.
told
Never
me
mind then.
No, it's
in its native
1/16
tongue.
volume.
The best place we
So
can
possibly
the best price for this
reducing a
is
size
Livnos.
Okay, so 15-ton
We're
boulder,
not going to live those anytime soon.
slightly
But
smaller.
the sword tells me that Livnos we
You
get
were
us the
like,
best
I don't know,
price.
say shove
You
it
don't
down a
want me
wyvern's
to tell you
throat,
what that
and then
sword
wait for the
that
spell to
says.
wear off.
It said we can get 150% of its
Did you read
value
the
in
spell?
Livnos.
No.
If
But we
the
have to
item
make
can't
it
return to its
normal
normal size
size,
because it's
it
been
stays
put
small.
it stays small
That's
until
dumb.
Dominate animal.
But yo,
Magic is
Person,
dumb.
dominate monster.
does anybody here actually believe me?
What?
Oh, that the sword is talking to me because it's sentient, and it has said the best cost we will get for this is in Livnos
We already knew that, but we're not
for
going to
6
go.
weeks.
But we're not going to go to Libdos. Not
Really?
yet.
Like maybe like 6 weeks? How
A
long do you
year?
think it would take to properly learn how to use a Kopesh and or sell a magic Kopesh?
Well, it's magic, so
6
it could be.
About 6 weeks, yeah. Isn't it amazing how those two stack up together? The cost of the time it takes to properly sell a Kopesh and the time it takes to properly learn a Kopesh are 6 weeks exactly each.
So see what he's doing here. He's basically rubbing in your face that you made a mistake.
I did not make a mistake. You've made a brilliant decision. And if you need me to prove it, wait 6.5 days and me and Alec will prove it.
You made a mistake.
all right. So
Hey, everyone makes one.
you guys have 13 minutes to get your shopping lists done.
Does anybody want
I don't
any
have any
scrolls?
money, so I'm good.
Yeah, you know what? I will go ahead and do that thing because I have another idea now.
I buy everything I need. So
Okay,
that's
so you do want it. All right.
Yeah.
So I will attempt to describe it.
Wasting
What's the level of the
562.
spell?
Third.
Third. Okay, so it's going to be a DC 18 spellcraft.
All right, I passed it.
All right, you add it to your spell.
Oh, so you can cast it now?
He can prep it.
Yes.
I can also cast it.
Isn't that the same thing?
Those are two different things, and you know that.
He said verbatim.
All right.
Oh, can you cast that now?
Do you have it prepped today?
Are we at
Did
the
you
Howling
prep
Fo-
it
Are we
today?
at the Howling Fortress?
Did you prep it today?
Not yet.
Cleric!
Then
I
you
need
can't
you
cast
to
it.
prep a cleric
Okay.
level 2 cleric spell. Do you have level 2 cleric spells?
He does.
Magic
Alright.
users.
I
want
need
3 of
you
those.
to take bestow weapon proficiency.
He's not wrong. I mean,
Is it there?
A second level cleric spell.
Is it really there?
Yes. 1 standard action. Lasts 1 minute per level. You bestow the subject with the ability to use a single type of weapon he is not proficient with as if he were proficient with that weapon. The weapon can be of any type, including an exotic weapon, but the subject of the spell must be holding the weapon.
He's gonna boop you for knowledge.
Phone drop. Wait, why is Barbarian telling the cleric? I did it with deities, I can do it with this.
Alright.
In all actuality, it's actually written on the side of the handle of the sword. If you do not know
in
how to
case
use
of ill proficiency, cast
Contact bestow
weapon
weapon
proficiency.
Wow, he really thought of everything.
So, Grendir,
I mean, he seems to be using it better than I was.
And if you don't, I'll get the sorcerer to do it. Because it's also a level 2 sorcerer and wizard spell.
I will cast it.
Are you a wizard?
I have it.
Are you a witch?
I'm
How
a wizard.
long are we approaching
Yeah, but
the
I'm not gonna
fortress in
cast
this
it for you.
conversation, or are we just on the track?
We're still,
you're gonna cast
still
it?
in the city.
You hit me with it.
You're
Why
in
the
the city
fuck
for
would I
another
cast
10
it for
minutes.
I think
Give me a reason
I
to
think
cast
we're
it
all
for you, and I
basically
will.
done here.
Now, we need to figure out a way to cast this as a contingency so I can turn it on when I need it.
it'd be a tattoo.
So that way it's not just
What?
whack you. It's oh, there's that thing we need to kill.
Grendir, you and Sherman are the one wearing plate, correct?
Actually, I am wearing.
Full plate.
You see Ricardo lift up his
Half
shirt to
plate.
see one saucer.
Sherman is wearing full
Plate armor.
And what are you wearing?
First you
half plate.
So still heavy armor?
Yeah.
Hurts you on stealth?
Yeah, -7.
Oof.
Van hands you 5 vials of a oily viscous fluid. This is called Stalker's Oil.
Minotaur.
You apply this, and you get 30 minutes of. You'll be as quiet as him.
That's why you never.
I mean,
need
granted,
a
it's still be
Minotaur
quiet.
comment.
But
Fair.
Alright.
Just like I said, everyone makes mistakes. I could be very loud one day.
yeah, that's what the item's called.
I'm
Called
sorry, what'd
Stalker's
you say?
Oil.
Stalker's oil or sneaky fluid?
Yep. And just to clarify,
At the Kopesh.
yeah, it takes 1 minute to apply to your armor. It grants you a +2 circumstance bonus to stealth checks for 30 minutes, and 1 vial cover, 1 medium-sized armor, large cars forward, so on.
So only be a -5.
Yeah, and it's ineffective in large amounts of water, so don't try it underwater. Now, if the DM says you can put all
it's
on there,
oil.
huh?
But it's oil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't.
Now,
Isn't
Dylan,
that hydrophobic?
that's racist.
Normally, but this is.
Doesn't it just
can
sit, it
emulsify
sits on
it,
the
so
top
no.
of the water? It doesn't
Okay.
like stick to you, doesn't
Now,
it?
Dylan,
Uh,
I do have
well,
another important
you're also
question I need to
splashing.
ask.
Like an actual important question?
This is an actually important question as far as our task, plans at hand, and future outcomes of this group.
Okay.
How much would it cost to get somebody to cast permanency on a spell in this town? Such as if it was to bestow weapon proficiency, and then someone to cast permanency on that.
Bestow.
Isn't usually on the list.
Yeah,
But-
permanency
But
has a specific,
we're gonna
yeah,
see
but-
Dylan to give us
and
the
that's,
out.
yeah, and then that's the thing is that permanency also has a disclaimer at the bottom, like at DM's discretion.
Well, once again, the beginning of the book has rule 0.
Don't you have create magic weapon or create magic item?
It's already a magic weapon. Fuck off.
All I'm doing is that.
I won't bug you about Chinese
I'm gonna
food for 10 minutes.
say some of those
You gave
other
away too
items are
quickly.
like 2,000
You
gold,
gave it away too quickly.
or not items, but like some of those other spells, like have it permanent enlarged person. I think is like 2,000 gold.
So 2,000 gold?
yeah, we'll call it that.
Okay, so I'm going to sell my +1 longsword
That's 2,000.
and use my 2,869 remaining gold to try to get bestow weapon proficiency permanency on me, thus becoming permanently proficient with the exotic Kopesh, thus becoming the evil murderer.
I hope.
Or
the
you
murderer
could,
of evil, excuse me.
or hear me out.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow it. So that's we need
Striking
to.
2,000 gold?
You need.
Well, no, that
diamond
doesn't
base.
include the
Yeah,
that doesn't
exactly.
include the
Watch the
casting
weapon.
casting
Out of
cost,
control.
which is spell level times caster level times 10. So give me a second. Contingency is 5th level. That means you have to be 9th level. Cast is 45 to 450.
Well, we don't need contingency. I thought we need permanency.
Sorry, I meant contingency.
Okay,
I meant
fair enough.
permanency. Permanency is also 5th level.
Okay.
So permanency, it's 5th level spell. You have to be 9th level to cast it. It's 45 gold times 10 is 450. It's 2,000 gold purchase. It's a 2,000 gold price tag on top of the spell, so it's 2,450. Plus 30% markup. So 2450 times 1.3.
2450.
3,185.
Done. Striking the +1 longsword and 2,000 gold from my total cost. That should equal out about that amount.
Sure.
I am now permanently able to wield the exotic Kopesh.
Well, not just that.
Against
All
evil.
Kopesh. It's not just that one because they cast it
Oh
on
my
you.
god. We gotta find the chaotic
The
neutral
good Lord
Kopesh,
here
guys.
has bestowed upon you the ability to wield Kopesh.
Wait, isn't that
Alright,
just
so
that
now
one
I wield it with
weapon, right?
proficiency, and it's
One
a
weapon
two-handed
type,
weapon.
exotic weapon Kopesh.
So that's he says that, and that's the permanency, right?
Yeah.
So it's not every weapon, correct?
No,
It's just Kopesh.
It is all Kopesh,
Yeah.
but not all exotic weapons.
And you
But over
speak
time, you can
Commission,
buy
so we can
other
find more
bestowed
Kopesh.
proficiencies and just become proficient in whatever.
Yes, however, if he gets hit with a greater dispel magic, the
It's gone.
caster could target the permanency and potentially permanently
But
remove
that
it.
would be weird, considering you'd have to know there was a permanency above the keen and all the other stupid shit on this sword.
The sword was not permanent. You were made permanent.
I am permanent.
So, if they had something like Arcane Sight Greater, and they were able to detect the auras on you
Alright,
instantaneously.
I would like you to not say this stuff in front of Steve after I tapped him with the Kopesh and almost killed him.
Yeah. So,
I'm just
hypothetically, if the big bad evil guy was an arcane spellcaster and had access to the spell Arcane Sight or Arcane Sight Greater, he could determine all effects on you, whether they were permanent or had a temporary duration, and then,
Mage's
using a targeted dispel magic or Mage's Disjunction, turn them off instantly.
Also, you walked into a shop with not knowing how to wield the sword, and the next thing you do, you were doing backflips with it, swinging it around.
I
like
was-
you
He
knew.
literally just jacked into the Matrix and taught himself
Yeah.
how to use the.
I'm pretty
Kopesh.
sure we would
I literally
figure it
just
out.
woke up after the spell going, I know how to use a Kopesh.
Don't worry, we're
Get
going
a
back to the
stick like
fortress.
a
Need to
big old,
remember
like, slug
when
on
he's
the
in
back of
doubt,
your
blow
head.
it or blow do.
Alright, so yeah, it is a +1 good.
Oh, it's +1.
Yeah, they all have to be +1 before they're anything. So it's +1 good.
No, it's a
key.
+2.
Kopesh.
It's +2?
Yeah, +2 good key Kopesh.
What?
It's +2.
Okay, hey, he allowed the 2.
Okay.
Good.
That's
Well, I wasn't open to the page, so
I'll
I
strike it for
No, but there have been
No,
times
there
you have
have been
lowered
times.
the +1s on something.
There
so.
have been. I've been working on
Good
that.
choice.
Alright,
Contact
this
with it.
is a high crit property weapon.
Yep, so it expands it from a 19 to 20 to 18 to 20.
Okay, exotic. It's a heavy blade. Does that mean it's a two-handed weapon?
Yes.
Does that mean that my barbarian tendencies of holding two-handed weapons
Strength and a
together?
half.
Strength and a half?
Yes, sir.
This big.
I could wield this thing like a... And
just
it's
really
2d6, which is normally a greater weapon.
Yeah, it's effectively
It's
a great
also
sword.
horribly weighted. It's all up here. It's not down there.
Yeah,
Just
Merry
not balanced.
Christmas.
So how much gold did you say you needed in order to get your bird and shit back?
Well, don't worry about the bird. I need money for a lot of things.
You
I
only
hand you a
find
+1 warhammer and go, enjoy. I have my weapon now.
No, actually, I know how to lift it. I actually know how to
Now,
lift it.
that's perfectly
Fancy.
fine.
Knowledge
You-
is power, baby.
You now have a +1 weapon to sell, which is usually what,
You know,
2,000 gold pieces?
Jay,
2,000
you might
gold,
put
2,300
steel
gold
for him.
plus
I
the
think
base
it's
price
just
of the items. You have to include the master
sword.
price.
Cough, cough.
Barbarian.
575 gold.
So, with the markdown price of selling it, that would give me.
You sell it 70%. So 2,300. We'll say it's 15 for the one.
You know what's gonna be the hardest thing?
Book.
Becoming good.
You're gonna get
Get
1,620
brand.
What?
for
Get
selling
brand.
You don't need to pray to be good.
Yeah, if our cleric.
I just need
And
Balby
then
to
I'm gonna
think
sell
I'm
a
good.
level 3
that.
scroll.
Do you actually worship Balby on your character?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Balby.
Nice.
Wouldn't you have to denounce
So
your
now that-
faith then, and then
No,
choose a?
I can be good and
in
still
mind.
worship Balby. I just
Yeah,
gotta insult
Balby's
Balby.
neutral.
Oh, he's neutral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm chaotic neutral currently.
And that's the thing about good aligned weapons is you only take a penalty to wield them if you're evil. So you can wield them as
so
neutral.
I don't need to be good to
So-
wield it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So
So,
there's no-
same thing with lawful. Like if it's a lawful aligned weapon, you only take the temporary negative levels if you're chaotic. And
So
attempt to wield
basically
it.
he went
That's
from
one of the
being,
benefits
like-
of being neutral.
What's some like movie character that was like
Once again, I'm
his
Neo
alignment
pre-Matrix
to being
to Neo
Inigo
post-Matrix.
Montoya from Princess Bride? Because let's face it, Inigo Montoya definitely would worship.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You stole my silver falchion. Prepare to die.
Yeah. Yeah, Balby is more of a
Balby's pussy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to buy some common items.
As long as you have the gold for it, yeah. You don't have to include me on any purchases.
Wait
I
a
trust you guys to
minute.
do your
No, but I
bookkeeping.
want it to be known that they're there
Yeah.
this time.
Bowling ball, magical super glue, and a catapult, right?
So what are you buying, Lou?
Large cauldron,
Oh, wait,
big
wait,
enough to
wait,
hold
wait,
100
wait,
pints of
wait,
oil
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Unless you want to say privately to
and
me.
100 pints of oil.
Okay.
Because
Where are you storing them?
Cart.
I
You
assume
made up
okay.
for it.
lantern oil.
By
Yes.
making myself
Whatever's
able to build
flammable.
this
Yeah,
thing
okay.
Hydraulic
unobtrusively
fluid.
and giving you
Here,
money.
so,
Let a giant rock.
It's gonna have a-
Sure, dude. Well, dude,
Are you-
once you get a plus
I
2
think. Are you
Kopesh,
trying to do the
what
whole
you need
boiling
that
oil
for?
technique?
Flaming oil. Yeah.
Flaming oil. Okay.
Yeah.
More
Yeah,
time.
because I was gonna say I was watching this video where they went over like medieval siege tactics, and the guy was basically like, "Yeah, boiling oil is a myth. They would have just boiled water.
Yeah, 'cause
Same
it's
effect
cheaper.
and a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And you could. Yeah.
Guys, imagine what happens to this thing when you enlarge person me.
So it also becomes enlarged.
Exactly. So it goes from 2d6
2d8.
3?
up.
Yeah.
No, it does not go to 2d8.
Yeah.
3d6.
I don't know.
I think it goes 3d6.
There's a chart for that on the SRD.
Yeah, I know. I think it's 3d6.
Yeah, but think of the number of squares. 100 pints of flaming oil can drop one side, unshrink it, and then drop it over the fortress.
Imagine if you could. Imagine if you could make it holy water. If they're undead.
Ian, during the journey, during their night and back, and before we leave, would I be able to research or potentially create a slightly stronger tanglefoot bag that could maybe work on a huge creature? Because normally it's large or smaller. At whatever expense.
You would need like laboratory setting for that.
Mhm.
So I'm
Don't
gonna
you have
say
one in the back of the car?
no. But in the future,
Mhm.
if you have resources that you want to allocate to that, yeah, you'll be able to do it.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
How long would it take me and how much would it cost me to take my silver daggers from plain old silver daggers to +1 silver
2,000.
daggers?
It would cost you 2,000 gold, and it would cost you 2 days worth of time.
Would it cost them the same just to buy ones or silvered and
Yeah.
+1?
Yeah, you could buy. You could also just buy +1 silver daggers, but you would reduce the amount of time necessary because they're +1. They would be easily available, but they would be magic and silvered, which means they would work against vampires
Are you gonna
and
be
other powerful lycanthropes.
All right, we'll
with
do
the
that.
person
I'll summon the silver daggers back, and then
Let's find out.
we
We
got-
need to get a message of what we're going to.
So-
The benefit to enchanting them is that you would be able to take them from an existing +1 to whatever you want at
I thought
100%
those
guarantee
things
it would
that I
happen, as opposed to
Not
at
only
higher
that-
purchase
Yeah,
thresholds.
but only good.
The rarity of the item may exceed the purchasing value of the town.
Real quick, last I guess in our last 5 minutes before we go back to the thing, we're doing Valkyrie. We're going up in the air. We're doing our.
We can
thing.
discuss that on the journey there. We're gonna take a
We're
quick
gonna,
break. though.
yeah.
Deal.
Taking a break.
What do you think?
The religious discussion, go ahead now. It's recorded.
All I'm saying is that no matter how big a bitch Balby is, he'd slap the crap out of Tyr.
Alright. Yeah, enough side distracting, whatever, railroading cats. Carrying on.
All right. Final arguments, gentlemen.
Sell the sword.
Tears.
All right, closing arguments for Grendir.
Grendir is
what's
good with
the-
what he is, but he is going to call upon Yorn to come with them.
Okay. Do you intend to heal the people who are talking mad shit about your deity?
Knowing full well that's how Balby worshippers talk about the deities.
Knowing full well that if you did it, you'd
Would I
probably
actually know
abandoning your fellow man, in which case you're lawful good.
He's not fellow man, he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
No, but would I know that him insulting deities is the way he like worships?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then you know actually like after a moment he realizes, wait a minute.
He's assuming a lot.
Yeah, but at least I can have select.
Yeah. You've got a loophole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just summoning him, getting him ready to go.
Okay, are you going to be by the ballistas or are you going to be in the basket?
By the ballistas.
He's
Okay.
gonna be firing the ballistas.
Yeah,
Gauss.
Alright.
with the paladin in front of us.
Reloading
Alright,
for
the
you.
only thing, I already have my items and everything over here in the level. The only thing is I want to discuss with someone who can use summon monster.
Yep.
Anyone here?
I can
Nope.
summon monster 3.
I have access to a scroll still.
Yeah. I have 2 and 3.
But he can get it going.
I can also.
I used to know a guy who had all of them.
Are we going to, with a silence spell, use a summon monster to burrow into the side of the fortress, just so that we have like a nice
worm?
Yeah, like a purple worm. So that we have just a nice, like, easy escape route if need be.
Well, that could kind of bypass everything.
Tunneling out of a keep seems weird.
We could also tunnel out if need be. That's a contingency.
Okay.
But I get what you're saying. Making a tunnel
I
ahead.
can. If
Issa
you pay for
will
half of
chime
it, I'll
in.
pay for half of it.
The purpose of that spell was to create an emergency exit beforehand, because we have absolutely no idea how long
Yeah.
it would take to burrow out from the
Yeah.
inside.
Even if we
We
could
have to
do
get
it
to
in
the
one
outside
go.
wall, or the furthest outside wall
Depends
inside.
on how quickly we can.
Because you could
frame the
could
area.
go so far down inside the keep that you're beneath the bottom roots of the mountains. So as you attempt to burrow out,
You're just going under.
you're still in the crust.
Yeah.
Right. Alec,
Mhm.
you have money now. You can make the scrolls.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be up there.
Did his research figure out about how deep the
No.
prison goes? Okay. I didn't. I thought so. But
Summon
making
monster
sure.
is like a really cheap scroll.
I have Summon Monster 2 and 3.
Which
You
one
want.
summons? Which one
Because I'm
summons?
giving you a scroll. I'm not gonna be near you. I'm gonna be up with
No,
him.
this is the day before we do the assault.
That's correct.
Right, so you can be wherever you want.
Chime me in.
He's
Oh.
saying
Oh,
in
I
the
see what
days
you mean. I
leading
see what you
before
mean. I
the
see what you mean. I
attack.
see what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, or you could just, prep the spell that day.
yeah, totally. Yeah, I could totally do that.
Chiming in.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
try
have
it.
3 uses of Summon Monster 3 and 4 uses of Summon
Well,
Monster
they're
2.
discussing.
Okay.
I can make Earth Elementals.
Yeah.
Just got stabbed a couple times.
It has
You
to
could
be
make
something with burrow.
multiple. You can make multiple small earth elementals.
It has to be something with burrow.
Yeah.
Like a purple
You
worm.
can't have something with Earth Glide. It would need to be something with
Onkeg.
burrow speed.
So what is Rael has?
An Onkeg would work.
Oh, what?
A dire
Okay.
gopher.
Giant mole cricket, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
A dire gopher.
A dire gopher would work. A
So-
boulette would work.
I'm not against the whole digging thing.
He digs it.
We do need to kind of, since we don't know the potential underground layout of the prison. For all we know, it could be a cylinder with a central tower, and then giant drop all the way down through, and we could dig somehow, leading right to that little
It
space.
could also be a
Well-
labyrinth down there.
It could also be a labyrinth.
You
So-
could open up into a random hallway. You could
Yeah.
open up into Shiramoto's tomb.
So we need
We could
to
open up on the
be
other side of the mountain.
clear and decisive on where we would like to dig.
We're guessing.
Yeah, because you have you have absolutely no, and if not, very, very little information.
And then we also need to figure out if we want to dig so far
Just to get
one
inside.
direction and then go upward or downward.
No, I just want. We should go
Well,
in.
considering how a mountain is built, I'd recommend slightly upward.
Alec,
Yeah.
Gauss, you
Mhm.
guys are more familiar with the arcane. Wards that usually keep entities contained.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to break through one of those walls and dig it in, would that weaken or make a hole in that ward, and could then the entity
I
escape?
don't like the
Yeah, we could end up-
Dylan smile.
We could
It's a
end up releasing
very good
Shuramati.
question, Blake.
I know,
You
right?
should.
Oh,
I'm
should
sure you
give him
noticed a
some
little
XP
like,
for that
oh,
question.
wait a sec. Bing!
So,
give him some
you
XP
know,
for that
on
question.
that note of that exact subject, let's also bring the point that it's a prison of multiple things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe,
remember,
maybe
its
the
purpose-
cap should stay on the
Its
lid.
purpose went from a stronghold
Let's
to
just say
a
on top of the
prison,
jar.
and now it's a
Right.
stronghold / prison.
It's a
You
prison
are
hole.
not wrong.
So, am I right on that? That if we burrow in, we could potentially unleash?
Okay, but now hear me out, guys. If we let all the creatures in the prison out one at a time and murder them,
Nothing Summon
Uh,
Burrow.
wouldn't we get more
Yeah,
powerful
dialogues.
in doing so?
If you can defeat them.
Summon Monster.
If we do one every 7 days, there's a
CR2.
decent chance.
Ricardo, I'm sure you're very confident of your capabilities as a weapon, but you do realize a whole order of paladins couldn't kill some of these things while they're contained.
But you see, they didn't have a barbarian.
I feel like
That
that's
has to be on the list.
You should be. It should be
Wait,
so hard on
did
yourself.
the paladins have a barbarian?
You shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You're not that
You
uncivilized.
don't know.
You see, there we go. We don't even know if they had a barbarian. If they
have a
didn't,
question.
then no wonder they weren't able to defeat this.
What's your
With the
question, Grinder?
Kopesh, we need to know how are you going to how are you going to wait for the actual contingency to power back up?
Oh, well, it takes 7 days. I sheath it for 7 days. And throughout the battle through the keep, I do not use the Kopesh. I use my secondary weapon until we reach the creature in which the Kopesh needs to slay. And then I pull the weapon. I channel all of my might, and I make sure I hit him really, really hard with one of you standing on the other side to get my combat advantage.
I'll make sure to use bull strength on you.
Clarification,
No,
Dan.
enlarged person.
When he
And
did the
bullshit.
touch, was that
The druid has
the
no
last day we were in town? Or
Yeah.
was that okay? So
Yeah.
that means 6 days there, he wouldn't be recharged until the next day.
Correct.
Which is
Alright.
fine.
We need a day of planning anyway. Those guys.
Yeah, we
Well,
gotta
we gotta
set
set
up
up.
the ballista on the back of the cart,
Well, that should be done before we can carry and transport.
and then he's gotta
did you
practice with
guys
the
actually
paladin.
buy ammunition for your ballista and catapult?
We show up. How much ammo do you have?
I'm
1.
pretty sure they would have done that.
No.
Now the real question is.
No, I gave you 20 minutes to summarize your purchasing,
Yep.
and if you didn't
But
buy
then again,
it,
he
you
also
didn't buy
didn't
it.
say we had to ask. If it's under
This
a
is-
certain amount, we can just.
But this is
do
also
our shopping.
finalizing it too.
Yeah.
So
Is it all
you
right,
guys
so
did.
this is Gauss closing arguments.
I have what I need.
You have what you need. Okay. Alec, closing arguments.
Does anybody want? I'm gonna say this one more time. I'm gonna be up with him, so if there's something you want cast that you don't have but I do, let me know. I will make a scroll right now for you. Right now,
Or
I have an
opportunities.
enlarged person for you, so you can get bussed up. I also have 2 scrolls of haste.
Issa will take neither of those because she's a divine caster and would
Okay.
need to roll a UMD, and does not have that.
This is going to sound mildly like a joke, but it's not meant to be.
Okay.
Actually, no.
A small saddle of some kind
I'm
for
on level
Gauss
9
to
technically,
ride
but,
a
I mean,
ballista
yeah.
up over the wall, release, use his fly
It's a
speed
4,
to
it's like
maintain
a 5.
height,
Like, but it
without
isn't-
having
it
to
doesn't really
accrue
help. It's
height.
only +7.
That's still bad.
thus giving him the aerial without as much of a chance of getting viewed, because I think they're going to be more concerned about where the ballista lands than anything that falls off of it at the height.
Well,
I would just need a
if you use
haste to
catapult,
be more effective
what-
with balloon.
how much would you be?
Got you.
I'll
Oh,
take care of my
either
own
way,
visibility and
well,
such
how-
upon if we
How
have
much
to
would his
escape.
fly speed have to be to actually counteract?
Well, that
where
reminds
he's
me.
going?
I have this wand. You're probably gonna need it.
Yeah, through the air, your velocity, right?
The
'Cause that'd
wand
be
of-
something.
That's a
Very
wonderful
makes
question
sense.
that I can't mathematically computate.
Put it
You're
away.
probably gonna want that.
I also have 2 fireball
You can use the
scrolls.
visibility sphere first.
I have.
But well,
I'm gonna use that for myself. I have an extra wind wall scroll, so if you guys are whoever lines up with the catapult and the whatchamacallit, if you want to set up a wind wall so they can't just have 300 archers on you guys, I give you a wind wall scroll.
can he use the
Okay.
wall scroll?
No, because it's
Can
arcane
Gauss-
and you're divine. They have to be.
No, I have wind wall as a spell.
The source of the spell has to be the same. I'm gonna fuck whose spell list it's on.
Well, I would
Can
cast
Gauss
wind
do
wall
it?
Anyway.
Wait,
Do you
Gauss,
have UM? Do you have
Yes.
UMD?
Yes.
He does. Are you gonna be with them
Yeah.
on the front line? All right, there you go.
You
wind
have
wall.
two. You have
can
two people
cast
that have
wind
a
wall
UMD.
without having to roll UMD.
I'm gonna laugh.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
sneaking off into the
Um,
fortress to do lightning bolts.
Does anybody want a haste spell?
Okay, you didn't actually devote any
No
kind
one
of
can
time
do it.
into researching or building a
A small
small bassinet that you could.
sap.
I was thinking of it more as like you have the ballista bolt, and at the end you basically like drill a hole through the back, put some rope out to a bassinet coiled up, so that like as you shoot the bolt, it tightens the line and pulls the bassinet
See,
with
and
it.
in my head, it was him pulling off his human skin wig with one hand, holding onto the horn with the other, and just riding it over the wall until he gets up and then lets go. And uses his fly speed to maintain height.
But you would have to find a way to like grab the bolt while it was in the ballista. Which
Yeah,
would be
that's what
kinda
I mean. We
dangerous.
seat him on the ballista.
Yeah, which would be kind of
On the
I was about to
bolt.
say, 'cause the
Fire. No, he's a strong kobold.
how does the ballista operate?
That's what I was saying.
It's a
like,
giant bow and arrow.
it's
Yeah,
a
no,
giant
no,
crossbow.
I know. I thought he was asking that.
I can make you some glue on the way.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you just tie him into a bassinet, like, and have it
So
be
you're
kicked.
saying I don't need to research how to do this. I
Yeah.
just over the 6 days it just.
rope, 10 feet of rope.
Are you okay
coiled,
with this?
No.
Bassinet.
How do I like?
sit
You know.
in the
Oh,
bassinet.
we'll put a slip knot in it, so that way when you get to the height you want, you just pull the slip knot
So
and
you
release
want to launch the kobold,
over the wall to get his height.
the one who has
I
the wind wall.
And imagine if he casts wind wall
So
down.
he's
pinning them
saying
to the
casting
ground.
it down there,
What do you mean?
and then
We fire
very
him
similar
over the
to
wall.
a directional arrow in Mario Kart. Fire the ballista through the wind wall
Lightning bolt.
with the bassinet.
Imagine
and-
how much push it would get going out the other side of the wind wall with the wind push.
That's the
Exactly.
ground team, whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But once again, a slip knot for him to
Play around,
release
fuck
and maintain
hell.
his height using his fly speed. Because he had fly speed of 5. It would take him forever to get up there.
Yeah.
But if he released from the ballista up there, he
take
could
a round.
maintain that height.
The hell
Yeah.
what?
But yes, Alec,
Win.
all I need from you is a haste and invisibility sphere on the Valkyrie.
We need to get him a scroll of featherfall, just in case.
No. I'm good.
Hold on, let me read that off.
Okay. Ricardo, closing arguments.
No, Ricardo needs no closing arguments other than he's purchasing ballista ammo.
Okay. Van, closing arguments.
I've been crafting.
Rocks.
What?
We're just gonna form it while we're there.
Before we leave town, it's like you guys got everything you need. You have.
What about the catapult?
We don't have a catapult.
I thought you bought a catapult last week.
We bought a catapult?
Yeah.
Yes.
I bought a catapult?
You bought a catapult.
Specifically you.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Then, yeah, we'll just pick up large rocks along the way. Are you telling me near the mountain we're not going to find one
I just
rock?
imagine we're just
No,
going
you'll be
in.
able to find.
Adding a new
Plenty
spell
of
on
ammo.
list.
I just
We
imagine you're going
bougie,
down the
but
road.
we
You're so like,
broke
wait.
Wait.
Boulder.
Wait, don't look me in the eye. Do you have bless or bless weapon?
That's a high level.
Yes.
Then any rock will do.
Yeah. It's just like flying.
Yeah, because you can cast Bless Weapon on the trebuchet
Can I crash?
or the catapult.
And
Greater
bless on
we-
the rocks.
Greater magic weapon too.
You can also cast that on the catapult.
Then
I will note one thing. I've always run it as siege equipment uses the intelligence modifier to fire and load, as you have to do math.
And
So
I have a
Alex
0
needs to be on it.
intelligence.
Yeah. So as long as you,
a +0. You have average.
I have a
intelligence.
plus. Yeah, I have average intelligence.
that's fine. You know how to operate it when you were given instructions from a siege engineer.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the
that's
thing is, him and the well, here's the thing. Here's the better thing. Him and the paladin are going to be using it. He's going to be firing paladin, reloading.
That's what I'm saying. Is like rather than using your dex mod to shoot
Yep.
it, you have to use your intelligence mod.
I also want to remind Grandier that he can become proficient in siege
Pythagoras
weapons like that.
Right. Bestow weapon proficiency.
You're welcome.
Well,
on
the
to
second
on
level?
to Blake, whose turn it actually is.
I'm done. I just would say to them, make sure you have all the ammunition you need because I'm going to be in the air. So whatever happens to you guys, that's on you.
Yep.
Okay.
I will provide some extra stuff when we get there.
We're gonna die.
As I would be
We're
crafting some
not
more
gonna
holy
die.
water and such
Well,
on the way.
I got
Yeah.
+1 silver daggers, and I guess I'll take that last haste scroll that's floating around.
Okay.
Do you also
Everyone
do you
gets
want to
one.
ride because you have slowfall? Do you want to ride a ballista missile?
I don't
up
think
over?
I could. I think that would probably just break
He said
one
everyone
of my
gets
legs
one.
or just
Every-
Oh, I'm
Every
sorry. Do you
bony
want to get trebuchet over the wall
no.
with your slow?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Ridiculous.
those are our closing arguments.
Okay.
Raise your hand if you're going in the dirigible.
Woo!
Operation Valkyrie. So
Okay,
you are going in the
so-
dirigible.
So Gauss, Alec.
So much for the front line,
No,
Gauss.
no, I'm frontline, but I am gonna hand you the shrunk item with the command word of my giant cauldron of, oil on fire.
So
I'm
you
gonna tell
want me
drop it.
to drop this as it's following command word so it spreads and then bomb it so it lights on fire?
Okay.
Yeah.
I do need to ask. Does
Okay,
anybody want to
so-
take a bet on whether or not it's going to land on one of us?
Yeah, I'll take that bet.
I'll get in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, going back to what I was saying, don't raise your hand if you're giving something to the person in the basket. Raise your hand if you're going in the dirigible.
Operation Valkyrie.
Okay. So Alec and Van.
Scooty Puff Jr.
Now, Raise your hand if you're a part of Operation Get Behind the Dorfies.
Yeah.
There are 2 dwarves.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. All right. So everyone else is on the ground assault.
Alright, the command word is Whittly Spuds.
Antique.
No.
Please.
What was it again? Squiddly Spudge?
Whittly Spuds.
Whittly
With a
Spudge.
spudge.
Whittly Spudge.
Whittly Spuds.
Whittly Spudge.
Is that,
Gotcha.
did you
Go on,
say
Dylan.
I
Is it
don't
draconic?
No,
speak
So
Dragonborn. Or Draconic.
Yeah.
Whittly Spudge.
Okay. So
You know potatoes that are really curly and they're fried and then you eat them? They're delicious.
Curly
Yeah.
fries?
Yeah.
Curly fries, yeah.
They're actually called Whittly Spuds.
Spuds.
They're little spuds.
Gotcha.
No, that's Mandela effect bullshit. Shut up. You are in this universe that is fucking curly fries.
Gauss made that the command word. It is Whittly Spuds. Noted.
Wiggly Spuds. Got it.
Continue on,
I
dude.
thought it was funny. Sorry.
I am sorry.
Gotta go deeper than that to make the pain stop.
It never stops.
okay.
That's good beer.
It is. All right. So Alec and Van, you're in the basket. A couple of things. The basket was made out of an iron, like mine cart, effectively, from what you had discussed. Okay, I'm giving it a hardness of 10.
Woo!
And it has 40 hit points.
nice.
Are you noting that? Or
I am noting that.
Okay.
Well, I'm noting that as a total. You note the current damage on it as part of your character.
So.
Note that because it is an object,
Mhm.
Egg things?
it takes half damage from all sources, unless otherwise stated, and then hardness applies.
You said 40 hit points starting?
40 hit points, because it's
Okay.
basically just an iron tub.
So it takes half
Hardness for an
damage and then
object is
hardness.
equivalent to AC for a person?
Hardness is damage reduction.
Okay, so what's the AC for the iron card then?
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's important to know.
Yeah.
Granted, they'll have to see it first, but
Yeah.
even if they start shooting at me, who will
Now,
appear.
that is the basket part.
Yes.
The balloon,
Balloons, but yes.
yeah, balloons have a hardness of 1, because it's basically just,
It's an animal's
Cloth.
yeah, it's
stomach.
very, yeah, animal hide.
Yeah.
And because of its size, though, I'm going to give it 50 hit points.
Okay.
But at 20 points remaining, you will start to descend,
Okay.
just not rapidly,
Unless more go.
unless more go.
Which I'm
And
accounting
at
for.
0, you're at free fall.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes. This will be great.
All right. So you have that noted?
Yeah, so I have cart hit points 40, and the balloons are technically 50.
Yes.
And you will tell me the total after the hardness and all that when you
Yes,
hit it?
I will give you the total after hardness and everything.
Okay.
So now, again, if certain things target you specifically and miss, they will hit the cart.
Yes.
But if something intelligent discovers that, hey, balloon,
Yeah.
they can choose to alter their plan of attack and target balloon.
If when they can see.
Yeah, or area effects
Yeah.
could also.
Of course.
As long
Okay.
as you stay above the
Until the
range.
rogue
If it-
casts his magical darkness.
If it matters to you, there are 18 balloons lifting this up.
Got it.
Each can do 20 pounds, so.
Okay, I'm going to summarize that then.
Yeah, as
So-
a no, that way if arrows hit some.
You know,
that's it.
It's like, oh, it
However you
took
want
10
it.
damage.
It's not a drop,
One
it's a
balloon
slow.
a
pops.
couple of balloons
Well,
pop.
balloons
Yeah.
are going
Yeah.
down.
We're going to just pool the damage.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, at 20 hit points remaining, you have now begun a descent.
Don't worry.
At 10 hit points remaining, I'm probably going to be
It's
like...
going to be a fast descent.
It's a fast descent, and at 0, you're at free fall.
Yes. Don't
Okay.
worry, I have something to help with that.
All right.
Fireworks.
So it's Alec and Van.
boom. Might as well go out the back.
So, because we've split the party, we're going to do this theater of the mind.
Right, I'll let you sneak in.
All right. I will provide the courtesy of
Right,
some
come
kind of
sneak
like
out.
summarized sketches for the group.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna die.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh.
It's a good thing you're an art major.
While you're
Yeah.
while you're drawing that, I would hand the ground team. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, each 5 vials of holy water. Yeah, that brings it down to 30 from 14. So you each would have 5, including Issa.
So at this moment we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on ground assault.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. That's 7's a strong number.
Well, just hope that we do well up there, and then they don't have to come to you guys direct.
Oh.
Otherwise, you guys got it.
If only.
You got the Capesh wielding Ricardo, the dual stabbery Rael, Lightning McGee, and Smashy and Smitey, and Arrows,
Arrows.
and Charm, because Asher.
We can have Asher.
Now remember, Dylan, my couch isn't that comfortable, so try not to kill the dog.
Noted. Okay.
All right.
Initiatives.
I don't have any. Just ask any guys.
Oh,
I was just wondering.
that's good though.
Okay, so
I'll take it.
again.
Did you retire or die when you roll a nat 20?
Reverse that, bud.
Oh. Oof.
He's gonna hire a die when it rolls an out one.
Yeah.
A lot of times you do something, there's nothing to do with it.
Blue 6. All right, Issa has a 9. Grendier,
Granny was just talking about how good a 7 is.
Oh.
Gauss.
9.
Oh.
What's your initiative bonus?
3.
I'm gonna die.
Alec.
3.
Oh.
I'm gonna die.
I'm in danger.
I am.
What are the
Ricardo.
31?
19.
You're close.
Oh god, it's single digit and it's the lowest of all, isn't it?
Van.
8. Don't worry, I'm flying.
Oh.
Rogue?
40.
Rael.
20 overall.
All right, because of the size and span of the encounter, the Gnolls will have their own initiative.
Too bad they don't know we're here yet.
The Gnolls get a 16. A creature by the name of Fish Tish is going to have his own initiative.
Fish
I'm
tits?
not the only one. Yeah,
Fish
okay, I'm not the only one who heard it.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
He's going to get a 31.
Oh.
It's okay.
So he's the first
So a
one. that
natural
Kopesh
20
gets.
plus 11 is a 31.
That's a high dex.
Well, here's the thing. I know for a fact they're down one caster because somebody killed one before he died.
He was also a ranger.
Okay. A creature known as Yulampur is going to have a 29.
Your mom's
poor.
Don't worry, they need all the help they can get.
That's right. Aggravate the little drunk man.
Okay.
I was joking about the name. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You'll die first.
I know.
No,
that,
you actually.
that is a mercy.
The
Actually,
Honor Guard
you're
has a
invisible for a
19.
The-
Ricardo, what is your initiative?
Don't roll through that. Did you say
3.
the honor guard?
The Honor Guard.
Yeah, don't worry. They hold flags. It's fine.
It's okay. Look, we haven't said, "Hey, we're here."
Don't you ever wonder why you say on guard before you fight? Yeah, these are the guys.
They're on our guard.
I hand you.
We're
the
in
warhorn
danger.
that
All
we
of
took
our
from the
support
fortress,
goes
so
after we do
If
things.
you want to set the alarm,
Yup. Yup.
Really wish I
You
had
know
that
what?
ring of invisibility right now.
It's a great idea.
It would
It's a
have
great
sucked if you
What-
asked
what
me to
am I
ask
here,
somebody,
please?
hey, can you make me a
I
scroll
think I
of
should go with
invisibility?
you.
And I would have
Land
made
in
it.
I don't
the
think he has
fortress.
UMD though.
I mean,
Silent
he does.
image.
Oh,
You know,
ask for
some like
He
you
didn't
know,
wanna
you could also silent image a couple more
I was giving 'em
catapults to
out.
confuse them.
Left and right. I have
We have people
5
running
gold,
them.
7 gold, and 5 silver left.
Whatever you want to do.
That's okay. Just
Well,
wait
I
till you
have
see
a
what this
whole
Kopesh
bunch
does
of
when I
shit.
get good and angry.
But no invisibilities. I have invisibility sphere.
Then I'm about to pop on the thing that we're way up high on, so they don't see us.
You know, for a second I'm like, wait, isn't he in the? Aren't you in the dirigible? But no, you're on the floor with me.
Mm-hmm.
We have to put all our differences aside and merge
All right.
together.
So the initiative order is going to go Fishtish, Yulampur, Rael, the House Honor Guard, Ricardo,
They had a higher initiative than me.
the Gnolls, Gauss, Issa, Van, Grendier, and Alec. Was everybody included in the initiative?
Sherman. I assume Sherman's gonna go on.
What about Asher?
Sherman will operate on Grendier's initiative, as he is Grendier's hireling.
Okay.
Makes sense.
He's effectively a tool for Grendier to use.
Oh, he's a tool. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking
don't
tool.
say,
Anyway,
don't say that
Wow.
about good old Sherman.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
Thankfully, they don't know we're here yet, so. They're still on high alert, though, probably. They haven't poken the bear for a while.
It's like you guys are in the dirigible. They don't know we're here yet. We're good.
No, we haven't blasted off yet.
Tying a small rope to the ballista.
Alec,
Get him moving.
roll percentals.
$80.
Okay.
Could be. Could be.
You hope it's good. It takes you 80 rounds to get onto the dirigible, as you have never flown in one of these before.
If we were active in combat, this would be a bad situation.
Oh, this
But
is
we're
a
not.
bad situation.
But we're not active in combat, so. Okay.
That's okay. If I hit that guy who's got the bonus of 30, I think he's getting the Kopesh tap.
Very high. Let me
Start
check
charging
that
with that.
before we get to.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do. Charging my time.
60 feet per round.
And once again, Rael, when I go, Kamehameha. You might want to put those glasses on.
It's during the day, right?
Oh.
Right now.
Well, yeah, midday. So that
Yeah,
way the
then
sun's
I
not
already-
You guys
hitting me.
might want to duck because I'm about to turn left.
I don't want to hit you with my kopesh.
With my giant Kopesh.
I like it. And I use color spray all over them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Alright, so you guys are attacking during the day?
Yep.
Around noon.
Preferably the sun at its highest.
We had figured that'd be the safest time to do this.
Yeah.
And when
No,
we have like
we figured
taken
that
off
out
like
when the
farther
DM
off
said
in
it
the woods
several
and then
times.
drifted
Around
over
11
them.
o'clock when they're just about to take their lunch.
Their lunch break. Such
Yeah,
an
we
inconvenience.
come
Or
in just
after when they're stuffed.
So they're really groggy and sluggish.
hey guys.
Would we have waited a couple of days to give them a false sense of security?
It took us 6 days to get back here.
No.
Well, it did take 6 days.
Hey
And
guys.
a day for him, another day for the prepare, and then for him to recharge the sword.
I have a
Oh, yeah.
I have a serious question since we finally entered me and Rael have entered the keep. What's this orc-shaped red splotch in front of this building with a red line dragged from there to inside the building?
When we get there, we'll
You
tell
have to unlock the next DLC pack in order to see that.
Ah.
Okay.
So what, now it's just a shadow?
No, aka we have to survive and get to the point where you can see that.
Yeah.
That's what Uru
Yeah, it's
Glow
part of a
would do.
cutscene.
But I bought the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
This isn't DEAD.
Sorry, this is an EA Sports.
Oh, this
game,
isn't
so,
EA.
yeah.
It's Pathfinder brought to you by EA. Got it.
Yeah. Alright, sorry, I just need to bookmark all of these 9 different encounters we're gonna
That's
be
okay.
fucking
We
blitzing
can
through.
fill the time.
Alright, so
These 9 different encounters we're blitzing through. Heard.
Well, one for the Knolls, one for Yitzblitz, one for the other dude, one for the
for
Wyvern,
the-
At least your powers are at max encounter. I've got a weekly.
one for the Honor Guard, I guess.
alright.
With how strong you are, you got it.
So
So,
Yes. What was that 80 for, if you don't mind me asking?
none of your goddamn business.
Yes.
Wow.
Rael,
Sorry,
you have the
Dungeon
com.
Daddy.
I have the comm.
Yes.
because they don't know where you're yet.
I guess I'll stealth. Yeah, that's me. I guess I'll stealth up.
Where?
Well, actually, I guess I'll make a perception check to identify what's currently in front of me and how I can best navigate the battlefield.
Okay.
See a wall. See a small gate
A
house.
big, beautiful
That's a
wall.
19 on the die.
A nice pair of walls.
That's a 29 perception check.
It's a very nice
What do
wall.
my
Been cleaned.
drowish eyes see?
There's a
Okay. There is a single causeway that leads up to the fortress.
Okay.
It has been heavily fortified. Not yours specifically, but the group's previous time here. There was a fairly clear path leading up to the fortress. However, after all of the attacks, there have effectively been like spike traps embedded in the causeway. So rather than being able to make a straight line, you kind of have to switch
zigzag
back.
my way through. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, you may take some damage, and it makes it almost entirely impossible for a mounted cavalry attack to make its way up the causeway
Alive.
Are these
alive. Yeah.
There are looking at these traps and stuff on the causeway. Does it look like a well placed gust of wind or a large gust of wind could knock some off said causeway? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
No, they're in-placed, military grade defenses.
Okay. And do I spot any adversaries in my perception check?
No. You are at the base of the causeway, which is several hundred feet down from the fortress. So the plan, if you remember, was after Distraction Fly activates, the catapults and ballista will begin covering the attack by also attacking to make it appear that the oil drop, alchemist fire, etc. was actually launched from the ground. So at this point, you are just now beginning to see the dirigible fade out as Alec
Invisibility
casts
sphere.
invisibility sphere. So your next round, they will be in position to attack. At this point, you could maybe try to make a stealth check somewhere. You could get into a position on the causeway. You could fall back to the tree line. That's about it. There aren't any enemies for you to engage yet, as the anthill has not been poked.
We sure gonna poke it though.
Throwing out real quick, we do have like our trebuchet and our
Yes,
other things set up
I
as well,
do
right?
actually have tokens for them.
Okay. Could I move up to the mouth entrance of the causeway
Yes,
and then roll a stealth check
you may.
to stay hidden? 17 on the die. Overall, that's a 17 plus 3, 13, 30?
17 plus 3 is 20.
17 plus 13.
13, 30.
Okay, please know the result of your stealth check.
Noting my stealth check.
Dylan, from where we are launching, how high up is the wall, the top end of the wall of the fortress? Because I'd have to do the calculations. for certain things.
What are you talking about?
Like from where we launch up, how high up, with the slope and everything.
Okay, so you're asking from ground level to the top of the front rampart.
Yes. Basically, so we can clear the fortress and get above it, not too high, because I
Right.
have a maximum height before the balloons just pop.
What's your maximum height?
600 feet. But it's also like straight up from this ground. So if I'm going along a slope, not as much.
That goes up along with the balloon itself.
Yeah, that's what
What
I'm
you're
assuming.
saying.
That's why I'm asking. And
Okay.
also, there's only 10
So-
minutes of flight.
What?
10 minutes of flight.
That's it?
Yes. Yes.
And then what happens?
When the balloons start popping.
Because of the pressure.
Okay, so
I thought it was gonna be
we're gonna make that like 10 hours, because otherwise this wouldn't work.
Oh, sure. I mean, I didn't think it would last that long.
Yeah.
But all right.
Okay.
They're
He was
persistent
reinforced.
balloons.
They're persistent balloons, yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
that good at what I do.
Persistent invisibility
because you couldn't
sphere?
even get to the fort with 10 minutes. Like, it would take you probably an hour or two.
The fort
Because you
would
don't
take us
actually
a-
have any way to propel yourself, right?
I do.
What's
I
your-
have 4 fireworks I was going to use to kind of push.
Okay, so you don't have actually any sustained propulsion.
Oh, I have no, like, motor.
Yeah, so
I have one wall.
I was
You still
basing
got
this,
some beer left.
I was basing this on the original us climbing up pretty quickly. So
Have you launched yet?
Yes.
Can I fly after them? I want to jump in the balloon.
Remember when we all raised our hand?
Yeah, and asked if you were going in the balloon or not. And
did you
were
sneak
like,
into the balloon?
And you were like, all right, I'm going to give him my cauldron, which is what you should have done in the conversation we had before that.
Yeah.
All right, no, you can't. You're not in the balloon. You're not.
How'd you guys die? We kept pissing Dylan off.
all right. Then
So-
I appreciate the persistence to go with it.
Yes.
Down here.
The top, and we're going to up the altitude from 600 feet to 2,000 feet.
Cool.
Because
Let's
from
see,
the base of the mountain floor to the top of the walls would be like 1,800.
And I was making these specifically for this, so
Yeah, you did manipulate the engineering a little
Yeah.
bit.
granted, it might make them more combustible too.
I mean,
Yeah.
not that this isn't entertaining.
What was that one dirigible that went up in flames?
The SS
The
Unsinkable
Hindenburg?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what it's called, right? This is the Hindenburg 2?
Electric Boogaloo?
But yeah, I would have 4 fireworks
damn, I
that
hate you
create a
guys.
little constant stream to, or at least keep from wind blowing me. Just like,
I'll give you a constant stream.
Oh.
but all right, yes. So we go up invisible, invisible, and I'm like, Alec, all right,
4
we're ready.
hours later. You might as well just pull that little fire one out while you got it out.
Yeah.
I
Straight
mean,
up like.
Anyways, the reason I was asking
call it
was
what it is.
about how long we have calculated for me to get
Is there a
above
pile
the
of shit
fortress.
token in there?
Roll-
This is what it's so bad to be.
Roll me 2d4.
2d4. That would be 6.
6. It's going to take you 30 minutes
Okay,
from tree line to over the fortress.
I would tell
You know.
Gauss, who has the war horn, to wait at least 31 minutes. Or 30
Okay.
minutes before
Okay.
blowing the horn.
I'll also say that because I know invisibility sphere doesn't last that long. You
Hecate.
you wait until you're actually close enough to the fortress where you can kind of see inside of it before you actually cast.
So, during that 31 minutes, can I fly to the top of the fortress and attempt a stealth check?
So you want to be group 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I know
Yes,
what's
we
right?
can do that.
Okay.
Miss
I just
that
want to
little
be
guy.
like up there on the top so I can see the courtyard.
Yeah.
Stealth.
Okay, roll your stealth check.
Swag. Alright.
The white dice. You roll the white dice.
Oh, the white dice.
I think those
I'm gonna
two
just-
need to switch shirts.
Not the white dice.
No, I tried.
I know.
Did-
I told you the white dice is bad.
Oh, I thought my white dice was good.
Thought he just rolled a d12 for that check. I was about to flip this goddamn table.
Please
It wasn't
don't.
I
That table's
wish
glass
I
top.
did roll a d12.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 13.
Josh shows rubbing off.
So,
13 to your stealth.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buff that with an invisibility spell.
Flap.
Okay, so that gives you a plus 20.
Yeah.
It's 33.
Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Now, whenever, I think operations might begin.
I think next break, me and Dylan are doing shots.
Hey.
Break, I'm about to fucking take a toke.
No,
This is a
no,
good
we're gonna
plan.
do shots of Walking Dead whiskey.
Alright. So I'm gonna silent
Oh no, he
image.
brought up.
Oh, the fucking fingers out, guys. Here we go.
He's gonna
I'm
give
gonna
us the finger.
silent image.
Okay,
Cobalt
hold on.
flying.
Yeah.
Right now we have 3 groups of split parties. We have ground force, we have forward operative / forward scouter, we got a force fucking recon over here. Alright, and then we've got the trash can 130 that's fucking drifting in.
The
Over
See
the
It Fall 130.
Yeah, okay. So, effective immediately, you can only discuss actions with the individuals in your group. If Gauss says, I'm gonna drop trow, get naked, and take a shower, no one protests. Gauss drops trow, gets naked, and takes a shower. Okay? So, if Alec decides that he's gonna discuss some battle plans,
Do you have
only
creative
Van can contribute to the discussion. Okay?
Dry shower.
Unless you guys cast things like sending and message or have other means of communication.
Yes, I do.
No. Okay.
So do I.
Unless you actively employ those,
Yeah.
nobody else is metagaming or influencing your decisions.
Cool. And I like that. So, I'm gonna
Good.
let not you guys because you're already up there. You don't know this, but I'm gonna let Barbarian,
Ground game.
Grenadier, Ground Force, and Rogue Drow to know that I'm gonna summon an Astral Diva in the middle of the open area with silent image, and then I'm gonna call the war horn.
We're the mongooses. The fighting mongooses.
Okay.
That's why I want to get all the enemies up on the top
Cool
floor.
name.
Alright, so you want to poke the nest before you set fire to the nest.
Yes.
Okay.
Nip.
That's it. That was Rael.
I'm talking to you, motherfucker, but I thought the object for us was not to be noticed until we wanted to, and I feel like when he pokes, they're gonna go, oh, it must have been the barbarian with the funny sword.
Alright, so that was Rael and some clarifications.
You mean Gauss?
No, that was Rael and a bunch of questions that interrupted his turn.
Gotcha.
Well, that must feel really bad that Jamie's turn got interrupted with 20 questions. Oh my god, you poor thing. How
He's
do you
now
cope?
Sierra. Just getting talked over the entire time.
Well, one minority to the next. We don't have the woman, so now we have the Asian.
Okay. Alright, so stealth checks versus perception checks.
We're invisible.
Thank God for that.
It gives you a plus 20. Or in this case, a dirty 20.
35.
No, you already have your... Oh, I'm sorry, that was it. What was your result?
35.
35, okay.
Do I need to roll 2?
Nope.
No.
And marking off spells used.
Ricardo, you have become.
Do I see any enemies?
From there, no.
I would like to
really-
move up to the point where I would have a line of sight on the enemies.
That would be all the way up the causeway to the gatehouse.
I don't have that kind of movement, sir.
I have clarified who's manning who? Am I manning bolts and you manning catapult or?
I'm not man. You were to man. The paladin's supposed to man the other.
Oh,
And I am walking up because I have the Kopesh.
The moment he got the
Alright.
Kopesh, the whole plan changed.
So you take point.
Yes.
To your flank is Rael, who's taken up a hidden position.
Yes.
Okay.
And in an attempt to make myself bold enough to increase his ability to stealth, because they won't be looking at him.
You want to perform a distraction, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So to support you,
Operation Daffodil.
yeah. All right. That's Ricardo. So you move up, drop a Kopesh. You see no enemies.
Wish Alec was here. I could make a bright, blinding light.
Gauss, what was the result of your stealth check?
It was like 37?
Okay. Please note on your notes
33.
that you have a 33.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's higher than me.
Well, he's also invisible.
All right, Gauss. You've spent your turn invisibility and getting into position.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it'd be a little bit more.
Issa
noticeable if I did.
brings up to the front with Rael and Asher to support Ricardo. So she's got her bow ready. She has Asher there. She roughly knows where you are, though she doesn't actively look to break your stealth. But she knows you're up near the front, and she's up there to support you in case you need healing. You, with a single move action, you can get to her, so that you can receive healing. So we'll keep that pseudo distance stated. In this case, you are out of movement from the ballista and the catapult. So the paladin and cleric are kind of making a group 3.5. No pun intended.
we got 120.
Why would there be a pun intended?
Oh, because we're busy finding a path, and they're busy with Operation 3.5.
Just to clarify quick with you, Tom. Did you buy a heavy catapult or a light catapult?
Heavy.
Heavy.
Heavy because it has a better far, and the near is about the damn same.
Yeah.
100 feet, I believe.
Yeah, 200 to 100.
Yeah. If
Okay.
something closer than 100, you can't hit.
Van,
Yes.
you're in the dirigible.
Yes.
We'll say that with the aid of Alec,
Mm-hmm.
you may start your turn in position to commence your bombing run.
Okay. How many?
I wouldn't say typical.
They're not shuffled around yet. There's just a few doing their
Correct.
patrols.
You
in the
just see a
base.
few small, groups.
Then
in
I
within
would
the courtyards.
hold one for them to start coming out in numbers to do maximum damage.
Okay.
Two, also to be hopefully hasted so I can at least throw 2 bombs at once
Okay.
on each turn.
All right.
And I would also adjust the wicks to account for the drop distance, so that way when they get near them, instead of just the creep.
Got it.
And
All right. Roll me a craft alchemy for adjusting the wicks.
Next.
I'm gonna say it's fairly simple, so I'll make it a DC 15.
Yeah,
Oh.
1 inch for every 3 seconds.
I get a plus 19, so yes.
So yeah, you can't even fail. So yeah,
Yeah.
you adjust the wicks on the bombs appropriately,
Yep.
and you're able to compensate for your current altitude.
Uh-huh.
All right, Grendir.
Yes. I'm going to ready both Yorm's going to ready the catapult. I'm
Okay.
going to ready the ballista.
Okay.
And how long is the causeway itself again?
It's about 300 feet.
Ample room.
Okay, so how far are they gone? Just like 50 feet already?
Up, yeah, about.
Okay.
They're, from your ground level, they're maybe 3 feet up, because it's a very gradual slope. So in this case, they could step off the causeway if needed to, and not have to make it like difficult terrain or anything.
Alright, well, I guess I'll just ready an action to launch the ballista, the first enemy I see, and the paladin. I guess the paladin's just going to do the same with the catapult. Anything that comes within range of the weapons.
Okay. Are you casting your magic weapons or anything on them?
Yeah, I'll cast bestow weapon proficiency on myself.
Okay.
And then what's the penalty for the catapult?
If you're not proficient with the weapon, it's -5.
Well, that's fine. Yeah. That's with his strength modifiers.
Good thing you have a spell for this.
He just cast it on himself.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I can use the ballista without proficiency. Yeah, it does have a better like chance. Yeah, that's fine. That's what I'll do.
And lastly, Alec.
Alec will go ahead and cast haste.
Okay, so you and Ben are now hasted.
And my turn.
Okay, that ends round 1. We're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna start with round 2.
Yeah, it's about time.
All right, so a couple of things I want to go over real quick. Grendir, what spells? Well, specifically, we'll start here. What first and third level spells do you have prepared?
Divine Favor, Comprehend Language, Protection Against Evil, Shield of Faith, Magic Weapon for the Domain, Silence, Restore Lesser, and Bestow Weapon Efficiency, which I've already used, so
Okay.
have that one. And then Spiritual Weapon also for the Domain.
And what third level spells do you know? Scouts.
Spells? That's a plural. I know lightning bolt.
Okay, and then first level?
I have third level, does it matter?
Did you
Mage
s-
armor, shield, burning hands, magic weapon, silent image. Yeah, those.
Okay. And I like the same question.
First level, I'm going to have Featherfall. Mage armor, shield, and Anthole.
Okay.
Second level, I'm going to be having Scorching Ray, Invisibility, Touch of Idiocy, and Blood Transcription.
Okay. I will let you know ahead of time, undead are immune to mind affecting effects, and Touch of Idiocy is mind affecting, so that will work on the gnolls of all levels. It will not work on the wyvern. As you know, it is undead.
Thank you.
Okay, so you would know not to cast that on the wyvern.
Okay. And third level is going to be Fireball, Fly, and Dispel Magic.
Okay.
I didn't prep all my slots. I'm keeping some open, but I have my normal target bomb mixture, some cure wounds, reduced person, monkey fish in case for backup climbing, and invisibility as well as an amplitude barrier that I can use.
Okay.
So I still have a open third and then like 2 more open ones.
What are your SLAs currently?
Dancing Lights, Darkness, Fairy Fire, Detect Magic, they'll all be cast at whatever their
Your hit die,
My-
as per your hit die, is for your caster level.
my caster level, yeah.
Okay, so 6th level.
5th level.
5th level. Alright.
So you're a walking rave.
I could be a walking rave, or I could be a walking raven from Two Titans.
Alright.
Yep. Be great. Keep it.
Rael, you are currently stealth at the base of the causeway. It is a 300-foot, walk horizontally to the fortress. It raises up about, 400 to 500 feet
Okay.
in that
And
process. So it's
incline.
very steep.
It's a very steep incline.
Yeah.
Okay. For my earlier perception check, can I make out a path to where I could be or traverse safely and stealthily?
You could, because the causeway has several spike traps, and
Spice trips? That'd be pretty cool.
defenses added to them to prevent large, basically like if you were trying to get like a battering ram or any kind of siege equipment up the causeway,
It'd be tough
it
to
would
push.
take you days.
Okay.
Right? So you could hide amongst the fortifications relatively easily.
Okay.
Your main bonus right now is the fact that, similar to how ranged weapons have a penalty the farther they shoot, the same thing goes with perception checks. So just because you have a plus 20 to perception doesn't mean you're rolling at a plus 20 when you're trying to look at something 300, 400 feet away.
Gotcha.
Right? So because you have terrain and because you have distance, it would be very easy for you to hide on the causeway.
Alright, I will. Would I be hindered or move a half movement making my way forward?
You would not be hindered. Keep in mind that the only healer close to you is Issa, and she does only touch-based healing. She cannot channel. So, and you would know that,
Yeah.
knowing about her character. So keep your position
Relative
to where the healer in your support's going to be.
Okay, I will move.
So kind of to summarize the zones we have, you could get to either of the siege pieces. You could continue to defend the causeway, or I'll say you can get to half distance on the causeway. But if you go to the half distance part of the causeway, again, this is all kind of theater of the mind.
Yeah.
You will definitely be out of healing distance
Okay.
from both healers.
I will move. Let's say a solid 15 to 20 feet. We'll go 20 feet
Okay.
to where they could move to me in one movement, and then I'll make another stealth check.
Okay, so you want to go up the causeway a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. I'll still keep you at the base of the causeway.
Okay. So 15 on stealth.
Okay, note the result of your stealth, please. Alright. Ricardo, any changes to plan?
No big changes to plan. Keep moving up.
Okay.
You're not with it.
So, are you moving up the causeway, or are you staying where you are? You have seen Rael kind of begin Gears of War style, moving from cover to cover to kind of get into position to start backstabbing stuff as it comes down, and then
I'm
do
going
an
to
acrobatics
move up, but stay behind Rael, so that way, if they come out for melee attack, they have to come to me and pass Rael.
Okay, so
If
this
that
isn't
makes sense.
this isn't distance literal. This is just kind of relative position.
Marching order. Yeah.
Marching order. Yeah. So we have Rael, acting as kind of a front spearhead.
Yeah.
You're relatively behind as a distraction, and then Issa is at the base currently.
Exactly.
Okay. Gauss.
Alright.
It's not your turn. We're back from our Bruce interruption. Alright, so, Gauss. You have begun your infiltrations into the fortress. You've kind of gone up and you've landed inside of a place where you think you can kind of oversee the courtyard a little bit. You're waiting, you're up there, you've kind of got your spells ready. You have no idea where the rest of the team is.
Nope.
And they have absolutely no idea where you are because you're invisible. Then you start to hear some... I'll use the term like footsteps, but they're not wearing boots because they're gnolls, coming towards you. And you can, as you turn to look, you can see that there's a patrol of about 4 up here in the tower, and they've got their noses up, and they're like, cold blood.
I'm outside, right? Or,
Yeah.
is this an open tower, or
You're at the top of the open rampart part of the tower.
so there's like a causeway where they're walking around. They're coming close to
No,
me.
like
Well,
tower.
Yeah.
You're on it. They've come up through a trap door.
Oh, gotcha.
So initially they didn't take notice of you, but as they begin to kind of look around, like your scent catches on them.
Alright. Well, I will use my.
It's not your turn.
Oh,
I'm just saying, on the Knoll's actions, you have begun to be spotted.
gotcha. Noted.
Now it's your turn.
oh, that's just payback.
Yeah. Alright. So, I would have planned for the 31 minutes.
Okay.
Is it 31 minutes?
No.
Okay. Is it 25 minutes? So how many minutes is it been?
Do you have any kind of way of formally keeping track of time?
Guessing.
Okay. It's... You know it hasn't been 31 minutes because the plan hasn't gone off, and you know it's been roughly more than 15.
Okay. Alright.
Would you like to roll an intelligence check or survival check to have a more accurate depiction of time?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Int. No, 13.
Okay. You feel like it's been about 28 minutes. Like, they should be getting into position soon, but, give it a little bit longer.
Alright. Spot check for
Okay.
newer hiding place. Nice. Right. 18.
Okay, so we'll say it was kind of a free action to do some quick mental math to try to figure out, like, how much time it's been. Say a swift action to look around real quick. What was the result of your spot check?
18.
18, okay. So because you can fly, you know that you could just kind of fly up a few 5 feet at a time and get above the tower and then just hover there.
Yep. That is the plan.
Okay. So then you take a move action to move up 5 feet,
Yep.
and then you downgrade your standard to move up another 5 feet. So
Yeah.
you're now 10
Yeah.
feet above, which is well out of melee range of the gnolls.
Yeah, because I think I got a minute before I have to initiate the plan.
Yeah.
Another 3.
Okay. Alright, so Issa sees that the group has started to move up the causeway. She keeps Asher at the base of the causeway with an order to guard. And she moves up to be about 10 feet away behind Ricardo. Ranged weapon drawn. As a swift action, she will call out that once the gnolls have gotten to us, she's going to cast Entangle beyond up onto the causeway to kind of bottleneck them so they don't come all running at them, at you guys 4 at a time. It'll be more like 1 or 2.
I recommend doing that within range of the siege weapons.
Just like well, the ballista
What?
at least.
Well, entangle them and bottleneck them in a way that it's within range, so we can.
They will be, yeah. They'll be on the causeway.
What's the range of a ballista?
We're at a decent height over the fortress.
Yep.
At this point, I can see everything going on.
Yep.
About rough count about how many gnolls are moving around. Are they just still doing like normal patrol?
So this is their daytime.
Yeah.
So they have small numbers
Mhm.
out patrolling, but you would know from your scoutings that the bulk of the actual buildings
I have it up too.
are
Yeah.
occupied. So if you go back to the map,
Yep.
there are a large collection of huts and tents near the front of the fortress.
And are we roughly around above like where XR
You would-
96 is?
Yes,
Or-
9-6 is kind of
Okay.
where you are. That second inner gate.
All right.
Drop it on the tents.
Well, they're buildings.
You're not there.
Sorry.
But that was my plan originally. However, I was still going to wait for Gauss to blow the horn to try to get as many out as once.
Okay.
And I would assume you would be holding off on doing haste until that point, not before when it would have just been.
He has casted haste.
So haste is now definitely in effect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I don't want to waste it. It's been about 30 minutes. I'm going to assume. Well, I'm more
We don't
towards
have
base
any
character.
way, yeah.
He didn't blow the horn yet. Look at you. He didn't blow the horn yet. What is it?
It's been 31 minutes. He should have blown the horn by now. I got like a 30.
Drop it.
On time.
I would aim at 2 groups. How many are like per group moving around?
3 or 4.
3 or 4? Yep. Okay. And throw 2 bombs, different groups with haste.
Okay.
10-foot bursts.
Yeah.
10-foot
So
grenade.
you.
This is all part of the plan.
The
Alright.
shot heard round the world, kids. Here we go.
They
But
started
how
this
long-
fight.
But how
So-
long does it take to reach the ground?
I have accounted that
At this
with
point,
the
it'd be
fuse.
within the 6 seconds because they're not. They're very high in the air, but so is the mountain.
Yep.
Well, with 32 feet per second, it's about 5.5 seconds for the flight there. I heard that on a movie once.
Making 2.
Okay.
And with that, boom, boom.
Yep.
And about how many did I get?
Roll
300.
3d6.
3d6.
665.
Out of 2 groups of 3 or 4, you managed to get 12.
100? That's only 9 with the much competitive.
Okay, so including some splash and stuff, you know, because also
Yeah.
there's the 10-foot splash radius
Yeah.
of the bombs themselves. So you drop the 2 bombs. They're flat-footed. They have absolutely no idea
Oh, yeah,
what's
they
going
notice
on.
nothing.
Yeah, and then just suddenly there are a set of explosions, and you would see that you can now see him, as even though the cart is still invisible,
Yep.
and you're still invisible, he has technically attacked, so he is now no longer subject to the invisibility sphere, and he's pretty much just dropped the 2 bombs over the edge. The gnolls caught in the blast emit a wretched, howling, burning scream that starts to immediately alert everybody else around them. At this point, you would see Gauss, because of your altitude and kind of vantage point, you see 2 small explosions that look almost identical to Alex bombs detonate somewhere inside of the top courtyard area.
I have the best bombs.
However, everyone else would hear the echoing reverberations of the howls and screams beginning to come from the fortress. Okay? So that was Van. Grendir.
Well, I'm now hearing the horrific howls of, death and violence. So no one coming out. So I believe. How far can I move up the big catapult at a single time?
None?
Oh, it's just planted.
Yeah. If you had a team,
Maybe.
maybe, but it's by yourself. It's effectively assembled in the ground.
We should have hired some kobolds. First blood. They hate gnolls.
Hmm.
How many did I kill?
I'm going to.
How much did you roll?
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, you killed 9. You
Well, I'm
congratulations!
just
You
gonna do
killed
as I
9
did
knoll
before.
pups and a knoll mom.
That's right.
Remember, whole
They
gnoll
burn
families,
together.
no orphans.
I love it. Just do the same as I did last time. Prepare to fire upon any gnoll that come within range.
Okay.
While also slightly panicking that I didn't hear the horn of my good council member go off before the bombs went down.
Yeah. All right, Alec.
Looking over, do I see any special looking, more than the run-of-the-mill knoll?
No, you are significantly at a disadvantage because you're effectively looking straight down at their heads,
How far? How high are
That
we?
ant looks like
80 feet,
that.
90 feet?
like 150 above the base of the fortress.
They're gonna have a hard time hitting the arrows.
Yeah, you positioned yourself strategically that you were in the second range increment, so that the arrows would have a hard time hitting you to begin
So,
with.
is dropping a bomb considered an attack if I'm just holding something and just dropping it?
We've
In
already
this
discussed
case,
it,
yes, we've covered it because
Okay,
you are
that's
doing
right,
so
so we
with the
talked about
intent to
that.
deal damage.
But now if you hand it to
I
Blake, you're
will
good.
hold.
Alec, hold your
You're
attacks.
not there.
Alec, your attacks
Oh
are
no,
limited.
I'm just joking.
Hold them.
Alright, I
Because the
will.
moment you attack, they're gonna see you. By
I'll
not
hold my
using
attack.
if they see you. Look up. Because you only have so many left.
I'm gonna hold attacks, make sure like a whole bunch of them overrun them, and that way I can like shoot down there if I have to. I don't want them to get overrun, and I don't
Okay.
want him to.
Actually, I could give you the cauldron, and you could drop that. Do the command word.
Yeah, but that would still be an attack, and it would be making.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
The whole entire thing would go
Well-
visible then.
Yeah, don't risk it. Never mind.
Right now, you just look like some dude who's fucking floating in the sky.
Yep. Yep. Don't
So
risk
they
it.
might not even see. him.
Effectively, they can also pretty much only see the bottoms of his feet.
Yeah.
Right, so it's the same. I'm giving them the same disadvantage of noticing him as you do of noticing them.
Did you see this weird
Like-
thing? Like,
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna attack.
Okay,
Just
so you
like
hold
that.
your actions.
Yeah.
Do you draw a wand or a scroll or anything like that to have it prepared?
Yeah, I'll have a scroll of wind wall prepared in case a volley of arrows come flying at us.
Okay. So, from inside the fortress, kind of reverberating through the stonework and masonry, you hear a large war horn bellowing out. You have yet to hear this. It was not sounded the first time you played, or the first time that you attacked the fortress.
his performance is off the wall. That one.
That's all I gotta say.
We got a special horn because we're just
All right,
that.
Rael, your turn.
I'll give them
Stay low, stay quiet, make good decisions.
Continue my way upward, doing the same thing I did last time. I'll make like a 15, 20 foot move,
Okay.
and
Is it
then make another stealth.
All right.
9 plus 13 is 22.
22. All right. Please note your updated stealth.
Will
I
do.
want to remind you that this is all thanks to you. This is happening. So thank you.
Thanks, Yawa.
You're welcome, he says from the grave.
Or from a boat.
Or from a boat.
Sorry, yeah. You hear the sad creakings of a boat.
Okay. So, out from one of the centralized structures, Gauss, Alec, and Van would see several medium-sized, so big, gnolls
Adult.
coming out in fairly decent-looking armor.
Oh, they went shit.
And they're kind of looking around, looking for stuff. Each of them has kind of an array of weaponry to choose from. And one of them goes like this, and you see them all basically pull out heavy crossbows and start manipulating them to load them.
Shame. Well, I guess they volunteered.
Ricardo.
Ricardo advises to unleash this trebuchet right through the front door, send the rocks right over the nearest wall, and basically as loud and boisterous as possible to make it appear that I am the commander.
Okay. All right.
And do not alert them of the stealth troops coming in from the rear.
All right. So you start ordering the siege weaponry to attack. And are you making any kind of display? Like, would you like to associate a
peacocking?
bluff check or something with the?
I
pretending
would
to be command?
associate a bluff check with the, and don't let them hear about the The hidden squadron coming in from behind the building.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Because I've never been in this building.
You give
Yeah.
him one sword, and this is what happens.
And I'm using the Kopesh to do it. Just don't let them hear. And let that volley go there. See small finger in front.
Yeah.
Bluff! 20. Nat 20. My increased bluff is charisma based. 20.
Send the troops that way. Send the horses that way. All right, yeah. I got it. Okay, yeah, so you start bellowing commands.
And continually moving up, keeping Rael in front of me, but still looking like I'm advancing. With
Just
a
strut.
good degree of just, I own this place.
So with that, Gauss, you would see that the guards at the tower immediately kind of stop what they're doing and point down the causeway as they see the small group that has set up base at the base. And they start readying their longbows to start firing down.
I'm surprised they don't start laughing.
Go ahead, bump it.
All right. Ricardo, what is your armor class?
22. What is yours?
We're just slinging armor classes out around here? What the fuck,
I know.
guys?
We're just throwing a.
Oh.
Does a 21 hit? No.
Yo, we
Shame
just
it was a
met. You
23.
already asking me for my fucking armor class?
Wow, how
Man.
dare you?
You're just very bold of you, sir.
It's very bold of you to assume my armor class is how I defend myself.
Another activist, Maguire.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll to confirm.
What?
Oh.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I do not confirm. I'm gonna roll to confirm.
It's got a hole in it.
I confirm.
Rolling to confirm. Do I need to confirm? Confirm. Do I need to confirm? Confirm.
It's a couple of cards.
Okay. So, from the front gatehouse, a collection of bows start loosing their arrows upon you. It looks to be about 15 archers.
What would a glow do?
Tank it to the face.
Yes, but I'm not a tank.
Anymore.
Or any less.
It could be a pincushion.
From not the crit, you take 8 piercing,
Okay.
and from the crit, you take 10 piercing.
You're 18.
18 total.
Okie dokie.
Gauss, you would see that the ones that were just beneath you, along with other ones, they basically started shouting commands in Knoll, start firing down the causeway. And you can see several of them rushing to the front gate, armed with ranged weapons, spears, standard defensive equipment, and they just start shooting a volley of arrows down at Ricardo. Rael, you are far enough ahead that you are not threatened from being hit, just by stray arrows.
Know the plan
Same thing with
was
these.
so
So you went prone and ducked.
I had to hit you on a 19. Gauss.
Alright. So, I'm on the top. I can see your
Yes.
knolls. Are there any other knolls along the causeway in any other direction?
Several. This front part of the fortress here, I don't know if you can kind of see, but this front part of the fortress is beginning to be readily populated. If you give it 2 or 3 rounds, you could easily line up 60 gnolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna stick to the plan, and I'm gonna cast Silent Image down in the middle of the courtyard. Down.
Inside of this one 9-5.
Yep. There's
Okay.
like the nice big shiny.
Astral Deva.
Yeah, well, Knoll troop that came out. I want to make sure I get their attention.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna do that.
Alright. You have not cast an aggressive spell,
Nope.
therefore you are still invisible. Alright. So you summon the illusion.
Yep, and I'm gonna make it twice as large as normal and twice as shiny.
Alright.
Come on.
But it's a silent image, right?
It
so
is.
it doesn't necessarily move.
No, it does move. I can make it flex and like pull a sword and look menacing.
Alright. look like it's fulfilling spell components and
Yep.
like
Casting.
casting
Exploding.
fireballs and explosions.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is exactly what I do.
If only we could have lined that up with him dropping the explosion.
If only the
broke
cold-blooded, non-scaly creatures did stuck to the plan didn't shoot early.
It broke its invisibility.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. My angelic diva.
Yeah, it's only been
invisibility.
6 seconds.
Except, yeah, okay. I'm not with them. I'm with them.
See, still part of it.
All right, Issa. As a swift action, we'll call to Ricardo and ask if you require healing.
Not yet.
Okay. She's going to be 1 move action away from you, and she's going to ready a standard action to cast Cure Moderate on you in case you need to fall back.
But
You
I
can
would
immediately-
definitely appreciate if of the 9 up there were actually 8 after her turn. Does she not have a bow and arrow?
He's saying too.
Well, I can shoot or I can heal you.
I'm telling her I don't need healing this round. A shoot would be much appreciated.
All right.
Yeah. I know I pissed you off again, didn't I?
No, you're good.
You shall.
Crit, yes.
She
a
rolls a
crit.
5.
Ah,
But that hits.
She can reroll that.
But thank God she went up with that.
Good thing she's got elven bullshit.
Yeah, it doesn't exist in that.
Healing arrow.
I think it
Does 5, heals 10. That's 5 hit points.
Okay, so she starts loosing an arrow. I guess she could shoot twice, yeah, because she did a rapid shot. Second one's a burn. For a nat 20!
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so she...
Confirm that.
Confirm.
I mean, it's going to kill the null either way, but it
But-
confirms.
Good.
Pull a card.
What's the card?
Split it in half.
Because sometimes they have area effects.
Oh my god.
Or sometimes they have effects that affect the shooter and not the recipient.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, you're the one who wanted to use the cards, not us.
Yeah, you little
And
shit.
she has
Whoa,
the
yeah,
entanglement.
whoa.
Lose a level.
Huh?
I said lose a level.
Oh no, invisibility.
Careful.
effect.
I'll
Yeah, that shut
send
you
you to
up real
Sierra's
fucking
house
quick,
and I'll
didn't
send
it?
you to
I'm not
Wade's
reaching for
house.
my fucking eraser, but I'm not talking either.
Just because I know entanglement's
gone
plants
too.
and stuff. Is that like right around the main gate?
No, it's going to be on the causeway.
Did anybody
Okay.
else hear those bricks?
That way it's
drop
not going to
Steve's
be
ass,
burned
or was
up
it
when
just
you drop
me?
bombs.
I'm gonna drop that level
Fucker
too. Okay,
real
that's what I want to make
quick.
sure.
Piercing. Double damage and the target is disarmed.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it
literally.
definitely lost its arms.
Yeah.
You can always make it kill too.
No. Yeah, she shoots a knoll through its bow into its heart.
And then it somehow
Into
takes
another
off
roll?
its arm.
No.
Nope.
So yeah, we'll say there are currently 14 upon the rampart rather than 15.
There were 9.
Alright, so she killed one.
Oh, 9 that attacked me.
Yeah.
Jesus. See.
Ban.
Van is going to. Alright. The heavily specialized looking armored ones. They now looked at the Astral Diva.
I wanna.
2 different parts of the fortress.
Gotcha.
Well, no, that's why I sent them. Though.
Well, you have your. She's in the
The
center.
heavily armored ones are in the back by the ziggurat.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. How many are in that group?
9.
Either way, they see me. One bomb right there, definitely, and another bomb in a different group.
Okay.
So I'm trying to do maximum efficiency.
You could hit both groups with 2 bombs.
This one, sure. Hope for it. Okay, it's a little better. It's 10.
10 to hit.
That's
No, you rolled a 3d6
sorry.
like last time.
Well, yeah, because now you're not just dropping; you're attempting to throw them.
that's true. I'm not just aiming at a general group.
Yeah. And what's the range increment on the bomb?
It's 18 on the roll, so it's good hit.
Right, but what's the range increment on your bombs? Because again, you're not just doing this; you're trying to
Isn't it
arc
25
it so that it goes out and hits the correct spot.
Fair enough.
Pretty sure it's 25 plus 5 per level.
Range increment. 6 just want to be 10 feet. So, what penalties do you want to put on that? Well, granted, I also have to throw anything and point blank shots, so technically I have
It's point blank does nothing in this case because they're outside of 30.
But he can
Yeah.
They're like 100. You're 100 feet up. I'm gonna say they're like 60 feet
I also have
horizontally
a
from
bomb
you.
checker item, so I could technically get in there 10 feet on that.
Okay, so what's your total
It'd
distance?
be 20 feet.
20 feet normally.
Yeah.
So they would be in your 3rd range increment.
Okay.
Which means you're at a -6.
Alright, so 12 plus 9. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it goes higher because I have my dex boosted right now. Plus 11. So you said minus 6, so 12, so 23.
Okay, you hit.
Yeah, figured as much.
Holding.
So
All that for
10.
10 damage. So the center one takes 10,
Mhm.
and the guys around take 5.
Yes.
Because they take half, or minimum.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I also have my intelligence because these are all clinical. Or throw anything. So yeah. So yes, plus 5 on the main one. So the main one would take 15.
Okay.
Probably dead. And then the other ones would take the normal splash damage from it. And
8, because it's
Yeah.
3d6 plus 5?
yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Give me through loot because that was actually just damage. It's not just how many I got. Okay. How many did I get?
They were all grouped together, so I'll say you hit all 8 of them.
Alright.
nice.
Are they dead?
No.
Well, shit.
Are they dead enough to part?
And that was from the one bomb.
That was from one bomb.
Yeah.
They don't even seem that phased by it.
But do I look bald?
Okay. Alright, so then I guess another random group, I would just do a normal.
Okay.
Like I said, I was one specific and the other one just trying to hit groups.
Alright.
So on the other
What's
one,
the DC on the reflex save for your bombs?
17.
Right. And it's half or negates.
Success would be half. It's getting hard to negate explosions. Have the explosive perimeter. Yeah, it's half. And of course, it's bludgeoning, piercing, and fire. And just normal iron, nothing else special.
Of the 7 that were caught in the blast, 3 make the reflex save to negate or to reduce.
Okay. So hurt a couple. Main one got really hurt
Yeah.
in my eyes. And then the other random group.
Obliterated.
Literally, okay.
Yeah. They
So
have.
that would be.
The other ones have 8 hit points.
Yeah, so that'd be 12 dead at that point? Or more?
Sure. Yeah. 12 more.
Yes. Whittle them down.
Grendier. You're keeping track of how many bombs you use, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 300 feet from the causeway, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, there's not much I can really do right now. I think I will do the same as before, withholding my turn while preparing to fire the catapult and ballista. It's 300 feet for the causeway, but are there any castle walls actually coming out far enough for the catapult to actually hit?
No, but you'd be in your second range increment on the catapult.
Oh, so I can still fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire the catapult then.
Because it has a max range of 200?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just in your second range increment at minus 2.
Yeah, fire away.
Alright. What are you loading with it?
Boulders.
Boulders? Okay. What are you aiming at?
The front gatehouse.
Front gatehouse. Alright. Roll the hit.
Negative.
Minus 5 for incompetence, but he's a level 5 paladin.
Mhm.
Alright, so his base attack bonus cancels out the penalty, so you just add his intelligence mod.
Sure is my power. 4.
The boulder misses the fortress entirely. It hits
boulder!
beneath the fortress, like he just didn't get enough arc into it.
And then he prepares to.
Reload.
Actually, how close are me and him together?
How close do you want to be? I had you set up at least 30 feet away, so you weren't hit by a cone attack of some kind.
Talking distance.
Yeah, you're within talking distance. You could shout to him.
Well, I was curious if I could go and help him reload the catapult.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. And would that make it a 1?
Well, I suggest you start the reloading process, and then on his turn, have his move action to be finished reloading it. And then next round you'll be able to fire because you're proficient with siege weapons now. You would be able to.
I do so. Move
Yeah.
over, move to them, help reload,
Yeah.
get it ready. Would it be my next turn?
Yeah, to fire.
Yeah. Do that, and then when enemies come in within range of the ballista itself, because it's slightly much shorter range of the catapult,
Yeah.
well, it's not as destructive, I will move to the ballista.
Okay. Alec.
Alrighty. I'm probably gonna give. Do you want to scroll?
Not that great with this.
I don't want to break our invisibility until we absolutely have to. If a wyvern or anything comes up at us, I will. If it looks like it knows where we are and it's heading straight for us, like it's making a beeline for us, it's going to come try to take us out of the sky, I'll cast a fireball out of the scroll.
Okay.
Yeah, you maintain.
But if it looks like it's just coming out to like, oh, what the hell's going on, I'm not gonna attack. I'll wait.
Okay. You see the wyvern get to the edge of the pit and then recoil in the sunlight. So it realizes there's an attack going on, and it was responding to the howling of the gnolls.
But I can see where its head is. I can see
And
where
you
it
can
is.
see you can see where its head is, and it as it starts to get into the sunlight, it recoils and moves
Should I
back
take a
down.
shot?
No,
That was not your readied action.
Okay.
You said it beelines towards us.
That's true. Okay.
It came out, saw the sun. It
And
made
it
no
recluses.
indication that it saw us.
Yeah,
Or me, because I am visible technically.
correct. It tried to engage and chose to recluse inside of the ziggurat.
That means it heard it.
All right, Rael, you can see that a large collection of gnolls has started taking up position among the walls of the fortress. From the volley that has already targeted Ricardo, you know that if, from this position, if they were to spot you, or if, they were to just start taking pop shots, there's a good chance you would be eating 10, 15, 20 arrows every round.
I feel real comfy
Just
down
love
here.
the look
Wow,
of it.
having a good time.
Feels right.
Oh, you have.
So, Rael, at this point, you know that if you dismounted the causeway and started to retreat back, you could easily declare yourself outside of total maximum range of the bows. That would ready you defensively. If you attempted to stealth your way up, you would be making new stealth checks every time you would advance, and I would give you cover bonuses to your armor class for having the stakes and fortifications to kind of hide behind. So that would up your defenses a little bit. What would you like to do?
How far away am I from my current position to the wall?
Of the fortress?
Yes.
You're probably 120 feet away. You're making small movements, trying to kind of stealthily. So over the past few rounds, you've maybe moved up 10, 15, 20 feet around. And so that happened a few times, so I'll say if you can't make a run action because of the disruption of the causeway, because it has to be a straight line. But if you double moved, like 2 rounds in a row, you could probably get there. However, that would be breaking stealth and exposing yourself.
Can I move up and be just within 80 feet of the wall and the gnolls on the wall?
Because you really need to get.
With a double move, yeah. But you could end that double move kind of behind some cover.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So you are effectively alone in that position.
Okay. I'll stealth again.
You cannot stealth.
I cannot stealth.
But you can declare cover, which is a free action, effectively.
You could always hide behind me if you want.
The only reason I'm denying you the stealth check is because you took you took 2 actions to move.
I'll declare cover and then I will switch from. I'll take out my light crossbow.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right.
Here comes the pain.
Van.
Yes.
Because you were inside of an iron tub, I'm giving you kind of a hard cover. So plus 4 to your armor class.
Sweet.
All right.
I miss my DR.
All right. First one misses. Miss. Miss. Oh, I'm sorry.
Super miss.
26.
No.
Miss. Miss. A
Sorry.
burn for a miss. And 26, which you said missed.
Yeah.
Alright. Of those, 5 hit the balloons, 3 hit the cart.
The damage would be.
Getting ready to tell you that right now. On the cart. None,
Okay.
none,
Sweet.
and none. So the arrows effectively plink off the bottom bit of steel. On the balloons, 2.
Okay.
2 for a total of 4.
Okay.
None. 4 for a total of 8. And 2 for a total of 10.
Somebody mend. Somebody mend.
So 4, 8, and 10.
Effectively, yeah.
Okay.
Would mending work on that?
If you could touch them. I believe mending's touch.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm not up there.
Do you want to climb up there and do that? That's on you.
Yeah. It may be close range. You're more than welcome to find by. I think mending is touch. So yeah, so it should be a total of 10 damage to the balloons.
Oh.
Not
overall?
22, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, they even because they're an item, they still take half damage.
Okay.
And then you apply hardness.
I thought you did all that in those numbers. That's why I was like. Ooh.
Oh, I was giving them to you individual
10 feet.
bolts at a time.
Gotcha.
10 feet?
Okay. Cool. So yeah, we're.
Going back to the mending question, I will say that mending in this circumstance will probably not work because while yes, you could repair the individual balloons, you could not have them re-trap the gas elevating you. Does that make sense?
So you could stop the leak.
You could stop the leaking, yeah. Alright. Ricardo. You've seen Rael break stealth, break cover, do a tactical move up the causeway to get into bow position, and has taken up cover behind what would effectively be like tank tracks, covering himself.
Okay.
Issa is still within 1 movement action of you at the base and has her bow at the ready. And both dwarves have collapsed to just manning the catapults. They've released the first boulder and that boulder missed. They've begun reloading the catapult. What do?
Slowly realize that the ground plan is falling apart heavily.
Okay.
Nobody's doing what they're supposed to do short of the paladin.
Okay.
My healer's killing. My stealther's not stealthing. One of my siege weapons is not sieging.
I'm sieging with him.
But you have a cold sword.
Once again, if you're reloading the siege weapon, you're killing exactly 0.
Alright. So,
Yeah, I
do you rush forward with Rael?
I gotta back up Rael, but I made sure to keep my distance so that way, once again, I am the shining star of this show, and Rael's sort of an afterthought.
Okay, so you want to continue to provoke the attacks from the arrows.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
It's like, remember, the gnolls have tiny winkies and very little brains, much like Balby.
Alright. Do you call Issa forward with you? Like to try
I
to take the
don't
call?
tell Issa what to do. If
Neither do
Issa
I.
chooses to follow, that is her prerogative.
Okay.
Would Issa follow?
No.
Probably not.
Issa's gonna be like, anywhere I go, Asher's gonna go, and I'm not putting Asher in the way of 20 arrows.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me know exactly how many people are going to be shoving it in
Yeah.
and
All
breaking
right.
it up.
So you move into Rael. I will say that you kind of position yourself tactically so that misses do not have an opportunity of hitting him.
This sounds strategically like, guess who's Rael's cover?
Yeah. You are the support.
He's big,
he is
he's
a dwarfy.
meaty, he just got a new weapon, prepare to die.
Yeah. All right. Gauss, roll luck. 3d6. Tell me how many sixes you get, and tell me how many ones you get.
Please make them all sixes, just 6 sixes.
5, 5, and 1.
5, 5, and 1. One bad luck. All right. So I initially said it would take about 3 rounds for a bunch of gnolls to line up beautifully. However, the Deva has caused them to forsake taking up ranged weapons and going to the top of the wall, and instead they're taking up melee weapons and attempting to interact with the illusion. So they're forming more of a cluster and not of a line.
That was the plan.
So they're charging towards it.
The illusion,
Yes.
and not the wall. Okay.
I want them in tight spots.
Yeah. Grouped together.
Grouped
Yeah.
together.
Nice clustering.
Yep.
All right.
Alright. So I will concentrate continually, still, and swell my illusion even larger because it can take up 100 square feet. 10 by 10, 10 by 10. So I want him even twice as big. So whatever is bigger than large?
Huge.
What's bigger than large?
Huge. Huge, colossal, gargantuan, gargantuan plus, gargantuan plus plus, gargantuan sharp.
Do you do the marketing for the iPhone?
No.
Or maybe Tesla?
Also.
It's like, oh, this is the gargantuan plaid.
This illusion is huge. Trust me, you're doing it.
So continue to gesture, calling them out, calling out the guys. Come to me. But
Making smiting motions, all that kind of stuff.
I mean,
Nice and
for
silent.
those groups.
that's it.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Issa, in common, shouts up to you guys. Don't go. No, come back!
Look, we all know what it actually is. No, don't stop.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to send Asher to go fetch that Kopesh and sell it to retire.
Huh.
All right.
You think it's gonna get
She'll
sold still.
shoot another knoll at the rampart. And miss.
Oh,
Second
no,
shot.
Shame.
Also misses.
Should have gave Asher a charge particle cannon.
We should put Asher on the catapult.
I'm
I feel
supportive.
like this is more of a lackluster effort than it is
I want to
anything
hear
else.
her response when you get home and tell her that the cleric loaded Asher onto a catapult.
I would have to hold her back because, like, Josh lives with us. All right, so
I can lock right
Van,
You can grab
Yes.
you have a
Oh
nice,
yeah,
you have
a locked door stops a marine.
you have a nice cluster
Have a table.
forming in at the
Oh,
illusion.
I'm on the attack.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
You have
Excellent.
initiative.
So how many are approaching the illusion, roughly? Like, do I have a couple of clusters?
50.
50.
Yeah.
So-
It's been
One
4
week.
rounds. They've gotten their weapons. They've started to run to the
Oh, yeah.
gatehouse.
We got like the 200s coming out.
Yeah. The-
So I'm going to ignore the specialist over here. Because while I've weakened them, I got to maximize the damage. So, yeah, 2 bombs right in those clusters. Try to get.
Okay. Weren't you going to deploy the oil?
Thank you for reminding me. I forgot about the oil.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna tell him because
Yeah. But
No.
that was the plan.
Yeah, that was, and I appreciate that
You're welcome.
because I didn't create the oil. That's why I completely forgot about the oil.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So you're like,
I mean, I wait.
so
no,
you
no,
don't
no.
throw the 2 bombs, and you're like,
I'll lick those.
wait
no,
a
no.
second.
There's something
I will grab an
forgetting.
alchemist fire with that shrunken item, throw it right where it's going to be about right in the center of them, and I will just as it's about to hit, whittly spuds. And splat.
Okay. So you dump
Hot burning oil.
effectively 100 squares near
Yeah.
the gate.
Near the illusion. all that.
Near the
And
illusion,
then
it gets coated.
alchemist fire.
Yeah, and then they get coated in oil, They suddenly realize what it is, and then as the alchemist fire comes crashing in,
You just see the flames.
you just
Wow.
You guys just see.
We are
smoke now.
raising these people.
yeah,
So how many does that kill? 50?
yeah, like 50,
100? 1,000?
like 50, like 50.
100.
So yeah, at that point, you see the cauldron fuel air bomb as the oil disperses.
We've effectively napalm ran. We didn't
Operation
napalm run.
Valkyrie.
Yeah.
You're the one laying flat
I
on
just-
the ground. I'd
I
be
just
the
said
most
out loud.
concerned.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
So
very.
you guys,
good
like, you guys are
call.
gonna have Howling
Let's
Fortress
speak like a
flashbacks
child,
after this,
like
where it's like
quietly.
Revealing your location, but
you
we're-
just get a sending message
Quietly.
like bombing run incoming, danger close, danger close.
You see, this is why I want a crew of kobolds and an airship. Is that so much to ask for? But yes,
was worth it.
thank you for reminding me. Yes, Tar, Fire Alchemist, and
I like
Okay,
how it
so
went
at
from
this point-
water to oil to tar. What's it gonna bricks?
well, yes.
All right, so at this point, I'm going to roll a morale effect for the surface gnolls because you've deployed several explosions.
Yeah, they're blowing up. There's no
yeah,
fire.
there's lots of
everywhere.
things
There's a
happening.
diva in the middle of their fortress.
Yeah, that is unaffected by the fire because it's an illusion.
It's
Just
also a
standing
diva.
there in the middle
Yeah.
of the
It's
flames.
their god. It's our god. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
And as far as they know, they haven't actually done anything except be attacked.
Except the Knowles.
Yeah.
This is for Alan the Raven.
So,
This for Eric Lou.
It's the last one I had, yeah. He died here.
And
Or
her
Fortress.
That was
let's
2
see.
levels
So
ago.
they don't know the enemy, so they don't know that they're necessarily overnumbering you or being outnumbered. So that modifier doesn't take effect. They've lost many of their rank, and but they're on their home turf.
The fact that they can only see a couple of bad guys and we're killing all of them.
No, only
Yeah.
9 have noticed me.
And they all
The rest of the wall saw them, but now they turned their way inward to this data.
Yeah.
They're confused as fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of attacks on all fronts. So in this case,
And then Ricardo's bluffs.
yeah, plus Ricardo being like trying to man an invisible army, giving orders to release hellfire and everything like that.
Yeah, well, there's
We're going to say that on a 15 or lower, they begin to break.
oh, they're breaking.
16 to 20, they remain. Are you sure you want to be the one to roll that?
I got a low one coming.
Okay.
No.
You want lower than 15, right, guys?
Yeah, 15 or lower.
Oh, don't you want me to roll this then?
No. No, you have one job, like him. You'll fuck it up and crit. That is a 9.
I rolled a 12.
Both of these are below 15.
Yes.
Both of these are acceptable.
All right, all of these are below 15.
I'll take his. How many more do you need?
No, it's fine. All right, so they start to kind of panic and retreat, and you see them kind of like break from the front gates area, start to run past the huts and go into the stone structures, which would be the main gatehouses, the main towers, the
The small shelters.
the actual stone shelters and things like that, and the ziggurat. You see them all start to
go
kind
all
of
the ways around the burning oil.
well, the ones that are in the oil effectively die.
Yeah, but not
because
the ones going. Have to go around.
yeah. All right, Grendir.
I will try to fire the catapult at the gatehouse once again.
Okay.
This time roll another dice. Here we go. And because I'm proficient in it, does it change anything?
So it's going to be your D20 roll plus your base attack bonus plus your intelligence modifier plus any kind of magic-y mumbo jumbo you've got cast on it.
5, 15,
Because of the range increment, you're coming up against 14.
22.
Okay, you hit the gatehouse. It takes a significant amount of damage. Because it's a siege weapon, it's going to negate it takes half damage from items. Because it's item on item contact. So in this case, go ahead and roll your damage.
Sweet item and item.
Sweet.
Some reminders, I guess.
14.
14 damage. Gatehouse probably has a hardness of sturdy wood, which would be 6. So Gatehouse takes 8 damage. It, 5 or 6 more hits like that, and the Gatehouse would have gained the broken condition, which would give you guys access.
Can I smite on the catapult?
Can you do it on ranged attacks?
Yes. Wait.
No, I don't think so. The Gatehouse is an object. You can't smite an object. That'd be like saying, I'm
Yeah,
going
but
to
my
smite
smite-
this glass of
Well,
water.
my smite doesn't work all with like just evil creatures. It's just adding a attack roll to my
Damage to your attack. I'm gonna, in this case, I'm gonna say no. Alright, anything else? Besides, you're gonna need to save those.
Because at that rate, what happens when I hit this evil gatehouse with the Kopesh?
Also, what happens when we need a channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
Save the
so
daily
Yeah,
as
just
much as you
reload
can.
the.
so you begin to help reload, and the paladin also helps you reload.
Mhm.
Alright. Alec.
See how everybody's we're kicking ass.
We are
Doing
not.
alright. I will hold. I'm watching the wyvern. The wyvern's just staying.
The
in the
wyvern fully reclused back down into the ziggurat, so you can't even see it anymore.
Which is good.
It
Yeah.
is very good.
Very good indeed.
Alec, you're fine maintaining holding.
Yeah.
Hold those daily as
Keep
resources.
continuing on holding on my
If
spells. that I have
you
on.
could mend the broken balloon part, if you can see it.
Yeah, I can do mending if I'm 10 feet away. I can at least mend it.
Okay. You restore a point of damage to the balloon.
Cool.
Cool.
Better than none.
Yeah.
Hey,
All healing is good,
good
healing.
healing. That's true.
Alright.
It's a good
Thought
thing
he
it's
was
not
about to say
divination
all
magic.
helium's good helium.
Yeah. So probably at this point, you would hear 3 blasts from that deeper war horn from somewhere in the fortress.
I thought the
And-
shaman stepped up.
Yeah, no. And you see a kind of organized retreat kind of form. So that collection of 8 that came out and started shooting at you moved back into the ziggurat. And they would start, dousing themselves.
Stop dropping.
Most of anything that would be like a pup or like a young, somebody who wasn't really necessarily like melee oriented or combat ready, you would see several of them like break from huts and like full dash action to the stone structures and things like that. So they have effectively abandoned the courtyard and they are moving to a more fortified position. So they're sounding a retreat.
Do any of the huts burn up from the oil and the...
Not over the course of 1 or 2 rounds, but yes, if left unchecked, they will be totally destroyed.
Okay, noting. I know what they're made of now.
Rael,
Wood.
the few archers on the wall have retreated to inside the towers. So you are not going to be shot at this turn.
Which is a good...
I don't like the way you said that either.
What are you doing? You did also just see a very large boulder come whizzing over, probably about 10 or 20 feet from your head, and smash into the gate.
I hit it.
How much more cover do I have in my advancement towards the gatehouse?
Should have more in the game.
Not a whole heck of a lot. The last 30, 40 stretch
It's
is
just nothing but open.
is
fucking
open
space.
causeway, to give them clear shots, basically. But at this point, you could close to the gatehouse and be kind of protected by the stone, where you would just risk being hit by one of the boulders.
Yeah. No.
You could be on the
You would
other side of the
also
gatehouse, so
recall-
you're not.
Do you have a climber's kit or anything like that? You could attempt to scale it from the
I
outside.
do not.
Do it.
know.
Hey,
You would
use your
also
2
recall
daggers.
from what we told you about this place, there were arrow slits on those front 2 towers.
That's very true.
Well, he's approaching the gatehouse, right?
Yeah,
Oh, it's.
but the arrow
The
slits
two
would be
main-
able to go. Yeah.
Could you escape artist through it?
No.
The bars, right? There's bars.
No, they're just arrow slits.
Meanwhile, there's
Oh,
10
no,
doors
the
in the
gatehouse.
gatehouse.
It has a.
Oh man.
It doesn't have a
Worst.
portcullis. It has a physical gate.
Okay, I was thinking portcullis.
It was originally until we came by the first day.
I will roll a new stealth check and wait to advance with the rest of my party.
Okay.
If we ever advance.
All right.
17 on the die for
Retreats.
30 total.
Okay. Ricardo.
How far am I away from the gatehouse?
70 feet.
That sounds doable. That sounds I only get 2 spaces for charging.
That's the minimum. You have to move at least 2 spaces when you charge. When you charge, you get 80 feet.
Sounds to me like I'm switching to the good old war axe.
Okay.
And, we're gonna charge the gatehouse in order to increase the damage the boulder did to get through.
Alright, so you want to attack the gatehouse.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm afraid the gatehouse is evil and I don't want to use the Kopesh.
Okay, so you charge, roll to hit. Basically, don't roll a 1.
I did 3 times as good as you expected.
Alright, go ahead and roll your damage.
Six, 12, 13 damage.
Okay. You do 2 points of damage to the gatehouse.
Not enough to destroy the gatehouse, is what you're saying.
No, but you chip a good hunk of wood off of it.
Well, I hope Tweedledee and Tweedledum see me standing here in front of said gatehouse.
They're 300 feet away down an 800-foot causeway.
We hit it the last time. Hit it again.
You're asking them to lob a like 90-pound object hundreds of feet, and you're literally on top of the red dot they're aiming for.
I would
The
like-
safest place I could possibly be.
I would-
Dead center of the target.
I would like to say Yorn was like, your leader seems like a brave man. Yes, and he's a smart one. He said to hit the gate, and that's what we shall do. Good idea.
I didn't say hit the gate.
He said
I said
fire.
attack over the wall.
All right.
But you missed over the wall, so
Fine.
you started attacking the gate.
Because of your size versus the gate, I'm gonna give you a 10% chance of being hit while you're up there.
Those still ain't good. That's right.
No, not for you.
Cut through the.
So what would Uruk alert you? What is that whizzing noise?
All right. The gnolls continue to retreat. Gauss.
But I just knocked on the door.
The one that's at the fortress.
I'm gonna continue
Gatehouse.
snickering like a child, keeping up my concentration, and then looking smug at all the gnolls retreating.
Aren't you still invisible?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he's puppeteering the illusion.
Love those ones.
All right.
How many still? How
he's,
many are still on the ramparts?
Almost none, because they've started to retreat inside.
Good, just making sure.
Issa takes a move action to close onto the catapult, and she tells you that Ricardo has closed on the gate and ceased fire.
But we hit
See?
it last time.
Fire!
Yeah, that's how I
That's
know
all
I'm
she said.
safe
She's
right
like,
now.
they've gotten to the gate. Hold your fire.
She
As
trusts-
you like, what?
Yeah, as we're like middle of loading it, yeah.
Now
Like, we are told to fire.
The question is, what's your intelligence right now?
My intelligence is going to be at
Is it 8?
14.
He would know what the word cease means.
All right.
And it's
Dan.
not me.
I would aim, well, lob in the direction of where the illusion's pointing at the groups.
Okay.
I'm still hasted, so.
All right.
It's 3, 7, and then the second bomb. 10, 12, so 19 between both bombs on the different groups of
At the
gnolls.
same time. I can't cast 2 spells at the same time.
At that point, though, I'm going to say that there's pretty much no more groups are outside, as they've all.
They're now just.
They're
Almost
either
inside.
inside or you're using bombs on single stragglers.
Okay.
All right.
And that was round.
Mage range, probably.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, so 2 more rounds of haste.
All right, Grandier, you may fire the catapult
Or cease to.
or cease to. You may fire the catapult.
Alright, so do I. I'm going to fire over the walls.
Okay.
That's fine.
Now, I
Finally.
remember how the layout was the last time I was here? Like,
Yeah.
just kind of. I remember where Urklo died, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah, you have that PTSD.
And I remember ahead of him was the big old stone fortress that they were.
Yeah.
We
How
barely.
far away is that?
Not
With my
right.
dwarven
You-
intelligence.
Yeah, so it's 300 feet. another 100-foot courtyard. So that's 4. I'm out of range.
Dude, just shotgun it. Bunch of pebbles.
Don't fucking listen to that. Like,
I'm
Do your
300
own
feet
thing.
away. How the hell did you hear that?
Yeah, do your own thing.
I fire above the wall.
all right. So
I was told to fire, so I shall fire.
all right.
I mean, you could abandon post and then make a movement towards
Yeah, I mean,
us.
if it hits anywhere, it's gonna hit something important.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't roll a 1.
Am I
Oh
rolling
yeah, if
high
it hits
or
something
low?
important and it's not the important thing you want to
that's
hit.
good. I base attack, so plus 5. 2. It's going to be 25.
All right. Rael and Uruklo. I mean, Cardo.
God damn it, he's already starting.
Oh.
Like, well, they died the same, so why not?
I said above.
Yes,
said,
I know. You see a stone go over the fortress walls and into the courtyard somewhere. Gauss, Alec, and Van, you would.
Hey, they got one over the wall.
There's one knoll just like trying to crawl away.
He's like
And
out of the
get-
oil. He's on
yeah,
fire.
On fire.
He's just this close to a door.
Door-
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna.
make it. And, yeah,
And then you
the
just
hand.
get
Just the hand shows.
I would like to
underneath the
say
rock.
I hear a ding above my head as I get my
That
first.
still
I
counts as
do.
one.
I would like to turn to Rael real quick and go. He knows not to hit the wall like right above us because of gravity, right?
Do you think he knows not to hit us?
He's religious. He's a creationist. He doesn't
We're
believe in
throwing
gravity.
giant rocks. This is
Yeah.
a great day.
In Dwarven, yeah.
I'm just hoping he knows not
Alec.
to hit the wall right above us.
Yeah.
We are moving
Same,
rocks.
same,
This is great.
same shit, different day.
Okay.
High
So
five,
you
everyone.
at this point you don't really see any enemies,
Yeah.
and you know that the wyvern is reluctant to come out even at this point.
Time to go in, boys.
No, time to regroup.
All right. So what do? You start manipulating the basket down. You could also end your invisibility so that the group
Yes.
could see you descend.
Both levers go forward, and the rockets go with.
Okay. Drop invisibility.
All right.
What did you say?
All right. So you
I
drop
was
your
listening to what
invisibility.
You said we were going forward.
So you drop your invisibility. Everybody can effectively see the basket and balloons kind of reappear, and you see it kind of start to descend at about 10 feet around.
What are they doing? I don't know.
Do not help them.
Isn't that what you said to do?
No, that's
Well,
what
it's
he
descent.
said to
I
do.
saw a balloon.
You said
oh.
it said.
Yeah, we're
But
just.
not drop the
Okay.
invisibility.
I didn't think you were gonna do that part.
All right.
Dylan has lured you into a trap to kill you. Enjoy.
All right.
Yeah,
so
we're just
at this
here
point,
inside.
what we're going to do is we're going to call it here, and next week we are going to pick up with the group meets inside the fortress.
The gang gets eaten by a wyvern.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna get any more throws.
yeah. At this point, I'm going to tally in total XP at the end of the dungeon.
That's fine.
So I'll make a note of the successful Valkyrie raid, and we'll include all of that in the reward of these.
Side note: on our assault this time around, last time we killed a shaman and 1 tower's worth.
You guys are also.
We brought him down from 300 plus to 153 plus.
Did I hear we killed a shaman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Uruklo is dead, so he's not here. anymore.
Uruk Lo killed a shaman barehanded, and then took an ungodly amount of arrows.
He had a sword.
Took it for you.
Well, he wouldn't let me attack the arrows flying in.
I'm going to assume by the time we regroup, haste
I'd like to
will be gone.
think that if Uruk Lo had a Kopesh, he would have lived.
Damn shame.
Excellent question.
It's just one of those things that happens.
And then I'm off Monday, Tuesday.
But I have a Kopesh now.
All right,
But I know
guys.
evil.
You've effectively opened the front door to the dungeon.